Monday Night Football, the most of any series and any two teams in the history of this long franchise. Brad NESSLER with Trent Dilfer, and a packed house ready for some football indeed. Denver won the toss. They will receive. Last year it was all Oakland in this series, Trent, as they rolled over the Broncos both times in the regular season.
Amazing. Oakland Raiders sweep through the division. They have total ownage on the Denver Broncos. Last time in this building, the Raiders beat the Broncos by 45 points. This Bronco team better have a big chip on their shoulder tonight.
Cassius Vaughn and Lance Ball are back deep, as you saw Sebastian Janikowski tee it up. 63rd time for the Raiders to be on Monday Night Football. They're kicking off, and we're underway. And this one is out of the back of the end zone as Janikowski booms it. So Denver takes the field at their own 20-yard line, led by Kyle Orton. Didn't start the last 3 games of the season. Last year, Tim Tebow did, but he put up some impressive numbers, especially in the opening 6 weeks of last year.
Brad, he started both 2009, 2010, very hot. He's a guy that has a plan. He knows the starting point in each play. Look for him to start off hot tonight.
They'll start off with 2 tight ends as they both come over to the right side. Noshawn Moreno, the tailback, behind Orton. And Noshawn will get the call and gets a yard, and that's it. Let's take a look at the rest of the starting offense for the Broncos. We mentioned Noshawn, Larson, the fullback, Boyd and Royal, the wide receivers, and Fells as the tight end. Up front, Clady, Beatles, Walton, Cooper, and Orlando Franklin, the big right tackle, the rookie out of Miami. 2nd down and 9. Larson is in there now at the fullback spot in front of Moreno. Play action. Orton fires in the flat and got it to his fullback, and he's got a 1st down. They didn't use their tight ends a lot last year, but they don't mind throwing to the fullback here early for a 1st down.
And I love the concept. Early on, put in 2 tight ends and a fullback, go hard run action, and slip your fullback, Spencer Larson. A hard matchup for any one of these Raiders linebackers to cover in the flat. Get a nice 1st down, keep those chains moving early.
Larson, a guy that actually played both ways, linebacker and fullback, 3 years ago in a game against Atlanta. So he's a bruiser. He picked up 15 out to the 36-yard line. Orton snaps off the slant, complete. Brandon Lloyd picked up with 11 more and another 1st down.
And this is Kyle Orton's favorite target. Brandon Lloyd, breakout year last year. He can do a little bit of everything. Here you see him in the slot. Outside releases, run the inside slant, and that's the arm talent Kyle Orton has to be able to get it in that tight window to his favorite target.
So the Broncos move briskly out to the 47-yard line on their opening drive. Fells, the tight end, in motion. And Moreno trying to get to the corner, and Noshawn is not going to get there. Raider defense there to stop him. As we look at that defense, Houston, Seymour, Kelly, and Shaughnessy up front. Linebackers, Groves, Rolando McClain, and Wembley. And at the back end, Rout, Huff, Branch, and Johnson. No Nnamdi Asomugha back there, and that's a big loss. Free agent. It's now a Philadelphia Eagle.
And because of it, you're going to see different schemes from the Oakland Raiders defense. You're going to see them play a little more zone than they have in years past.
Here's a pitch to Moreno. Again trying to get to the corner and unable to. He lost yardage. That's a nice job in pursuit. Cameron Wembley, the outside linebacker, a loss of 6 on that one.
This is what the Raiders can do. They can dominate at times up front with this front 4. You look at Richard Seymour, get off the block. You see Cameron Wembley set the edge, force it back inside. Then you saw a bunch of white and silver chasing the ball. That's what the Raiders want to be. They want to be a defense that penetrates and then gets all 11 hats to the ball, gang tackle.
Willis McGahee now flanking Kyle Orton in the shotgun. 3rd down at 15. Those 2 runs to the edge by Moreno that gained nothing and then lost yardage. You put him in a bad spot on 3rd down. And Broncos will take their first time out.
Brad, that's something the Broncos can't afford. They can't afford to have those negative yard plays, especially in second down. They got a right tackle starting for him who's a rookie, who's going to have a hard time holding up in pass protection, Orlando Franklin. So you're going to have to help on him. So you get in these must-pass situations when the Raiders know you're throwing. Now they can pin their ears back. They got a bunch of dynamic pass rushers. It really puts the Broncos in a tough situation.
Both coaches tonight in their debuts with these teams. Hugh Jackson, former offensive coordinator with the Raiders, but now the head coach, and John Fox after coming over from Carolina. His first spot on the sidelines for the Broncos. They're down at 15. Orton steps up in the pocket, comes short across the middle. On the run is McGahee, but he's not going to get to the first down marker. Jerome Boyd tracked him down, and the Broncos will have to give it up.
Good decision by Kyle Orton. The Raiders secondary gets real soft. He finds his outlet receiver, Willis McGahee, and a really nice job by Jerome Boyd chasing the play down, not letting a small catch turn into a first down.
Colquitt into punt. That's Nick Miller back deep for the Raiders. High kick. Fair catch. Flags down. Miller gets out of the way, lets it go to the end zone. But again, a penalty marker flew in near the 20-yard line. Jerome Boger, our referee, talking it over with the rest of the crew. Very often see a penalty on a punt. Here's the call.
During the kick, holding, receiving team, number 23. 10-yard penalty, open piece of ball, timeout.
DeMarcus Van Dyke, the rookie, with the penalty. There's the new head coach and his quarterback, Jason Campbell. So this puts the Raiders in an even worse hole on their opening drive offensively.
If you're Jason Campbell, Ness, this is not how you want to start the football game. I mean, you already have the butterflies going into opening week, right? You know you got a lot to prove as a starting quarterback for the Oakland Raiders. You got that anxiety in the sidelines. You're hoping to get good field position to start the game, and now you're starting at your own 10 in a hostile environment. Opening week, this is a tough situation for Jason Campbell in this Oakland Raider offense.
First season as head coach for Hugh Jackson as well. In fact, this is the first time ever that there's been a Monday Night Football game in which each head coach was making his debut with his respective team. So we're setting a precedent here tonight, a little bit of history.
And I'll tell you what, Hugh Jackson's been very bold in his comments. He said, I want to build a bully out of this football team. And they have bullied the Denver Broncos. They swept them last year, combined 61 points. But you know what? It's a new year. And I think for this Oakland Raiders football team to take that next level, to go from being an 8-8 football team with a lot of hope, and they got some good pieces in place, but to take that jump, it takes more than just being a bully. You got to have discipline. And now you start the game with a penalty, back your offense up. They led the league last year in penalties with 148.
Yep.
You know, you can bully people all you want, but at the end of the day, you got to be smart and disciplined. I'm really curious tonight to see if this Oakland Raiders football team can maintain the discipline to allow the full breadth of their talent to come out this season.
Trent was talking about 148 penalties. That was the most by any team in the NFL since 1998. And penalties usually are, indeed, a lack of discipline. So the Raiders will huddle up near their own goal line, actually. And it's only going to get louder when they come up to the line of scrimmage. First down, Oakland. Oh, it's rocking already. Jacoby Ford. And he lost the ball. At the end of the reception, and the Broncos have got it. A turnover and a fight to boot.
Well, they line up in the shotgun. They want to get Jacoby Ford the ball like they do early in all games on a quick little slip screen. And this is just a great hit. Defender comes up, puts his helmet on the ball, knocks out, and then you see all those orange jerseys. Watch this. You see the hit, and now here comes a bunch of orange getting in there, knowing to get the football. And this is what I'm talking about, Brad. An Oakland Raiders team. A lot of talent, lack of discipline.
Their #1 draft choice already made his bonus with that forced fumble. Von Miller is the guy that put the hit on Jacoby Ford. So the Broncos are in great shape on the turnover at the Raider 15-yard line. Willis McGahee in the Bronco backfield. About a way to fire up your crowd in the opening minutes. Play action. Orton down the sideline, incomplete. Intended for Julius Thomas. Cameron Whitley got some pressure on him.
Cal Orton had Eddie Royal open at the top of the drop after the fake, but the play was designed for Julius Thomas to go on the wheel route and beat the linebacker safety matched up on the outside. I bet he's going to kick himself when he watches the film and sees Eddie Royal wide open on the slant right off the play fake.
So 2nd down and 10.
You're going to see McGahee in the red zone. He's a very good finisher throughout his career. He knows how to get into the end zone.
55 career touchdowns for McGahee. The throw to Fells, the tight end, got him to the 10, a pickup of 5. And that's 3rd down and 5. They get a first down at the 5.
One thing you're going to see from this Broncos offense is a lot of tight end play. They've gotten more athletic at the tight end position. You see here Kyle Orton, just a quick one-stepper out to Daniel Fells. Doesn't look like a great decision, but when you get these big hybrid tight end athletes out on the perimeter catching the ball, they can do a lot of damage for you.
Well, the first big 3rd down of the game as Denver's trying to take advantage of the turnover. Orton in the gun. Steps up. Throws into the turf. Incomplete. They got some pressure on him in the pocket. Tommy Kelly was applying the heat, and it looks like the Broncos are going to have to settle for 3.
Really good pass coverage by the Oakland Raiders secondary. Matched up, understood the route concept, and we're running the routes for the Denver Broncos. Kyle Orton tries to get to another receiver. Sometimes throwing an incompletion there is not a bad decision. Put your kicker in position to get you 3 points, get the early lead.
Matt Prater in to try a 28-yard field goal. Kick is right down the middle. So the Broncos score first. A little over 5 minutes into the game. It all started with the hit by Von Miller on Jacoby Ford, who fumbled. That led to the field goal.
You got to feel pretty good there if you're the Oakland Raiders defense. You turn it over on inside your own 20. Not the way you want to start the day, obviously, but your defense comes out and responds and holds the Broncos to a field goal. Sometimes that can build a lot of confidence for a defensive unit, especially a defensive unit this young. It's been preached all camp the last 5 weeks. You got to get better. You got to be more consistent. You got to stop giving up big plays. That was a big stop for the Oakland Raiders holding to a field goal.
No doubt about it. They only gave up 5 yards, 55 seconds. And we welcome those of you that were watching. Tom Brady put on quite a show in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Brad Nessler and Trent Dilfer with you here at Sports Authority Field at Mile High in Denver on a beautiful night as the Broncos have already taken the lead. The Raiders started deep in their own territory. Threw a pass to Jacoby Ford. It was hit by the Broncos' #1 draft choice, Von Miller. He fumbled, but the Raiders defense held the Broncos to just a field goal. That's where we are right now. And the kick out of the end zone, so the Raiders will work their second offensive set from the 20-yard line. Jason Campbell, his 7th year now in the NFL. After his stint with the Redskins, and now is solidly the quarterback of this Oakland Raider team. Seemed very confident when we talked to him yesterday, Trent.
He did. He likes this young group of skill position players, starting with Darren McFadden. But I'm very curious to see how they respond to the opening drive fumble. See if they can respond and put together a good drive here.
Darren McFadden, who had a great year last season, gets the pitch on first down and picks up almost 10. Put his helmet into the thick of the Bronco defense and bounced off for 9 yards.
Watch Marcel Reese, number 45, the fullback. Really athletic guy, growing in as a blocker. And if you can get Darren McFadden the edge, if you can get him on the edge of the defense, this is a fast runner, but an explosive runner too. He knows how to convert speed to power, makes him hard to handle on the edges. That's where most of his big runs come.
He's going to be in a dual backfield now with an even bigger guy, Michael Bush. McFadden will pitch it to Jacoby Ford. He almost lost the handle again. And he's dropped for a loss of 3. That was a different looking set. 2 tailbacks and a wide receiver in the backfield.
But you've seen in 2 drives for the Oakland Raiders, they want to get the ball to Jacoby Ford. He's one of their best playmakers. He fumbles in the first drive and now has a hard time handling the option pitch here in the second drive. Sometimes as a coaching staff, you can outthink yourself, trying to get your playmakers the ball early instead of just settling into a rhythm, letting the nerves calm down, trusting that those plays will come in the course of the 60-minute game.
Third down and a long 4. Raiders a 34% team on third down last year. They flip it out. Jacoby Ford, and this time he slips, but he gets the first down. Yep, number 12 is going to get it quite a bit. We can tell that already. The second-year pro out of Clemson.
He's a dynamic football player. We've seen 3 unique looks to try to give him the ball here. This is an old Al Saunders play from his Kansas City Chiefs day. The little double screen gets it to Jacoby Ford on the edge. Allows him to go get those important yards to get the first down. That's a nice play by the Raiders.
Jacoby, last year, a good season in his rookie year, 25 catches. And he had 3 kick returns for touchdowns. And now we got some motion and movement. And Dickerson.
False start. Offense, number 61. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Dickerson reacting to Wisniewski, the rookie. We take a look at the Raiders offense. McFadden and Reese, Hayward Bay, Jacoby Ford, who we've seen a lot of, and Brandon Myers, the tight end. Bell here, Wisniewski, who just had the penalty call on the rookie out of Penn State. Sattelli, Carlisle, and Barnes, the group in front of Jason Campbell. Backed up to 1st and 15 now. McFadden off the left side, picked up about 4 against the Bronco defense. And again, the game is chippy already. There's a lot of shoving going on after virtually every play. The Broncos defense, Ayers and Bunkley, Dickerson, and Dumerville, they're certainly happy to have back. Von Miller, the number 1 draft choice, already made an impact in this game with a forced fumble. Mays and Woodyard, the other linebackers. On the back end, Champ Bailey, the 10-time Pro Bowler. Brian Dawkins in his 16th year with Moore, the rookie, and Andre Goodman. A lot of experience for the most part in the Broncos secondary, with the exception of 1 rookie back there. Second down and 11. Raiders from their own 32. Campbell, deep drop, loads, now reloads and goes to his safety valve. Myers, the tight end. He stopped after a pickup of only 3.
And this is just a hard, big-time protection inside. Max protects, and 2 guys out. It's great if you expect blitz, but if you get the soft zone like they got, the quarterback's forced to get to his outlet, try to get as many yards as you can to help make this third down somewhat manageable.
They picked up the last one on the pass to Ford. They're down and 8. Campbell in the shotgun. Feels the pressure, rolls to his right, and throws it on the ground. Time for a Raider punt.
Nice defense by the Denver Broncos. Let's not forget the Raiders had to start in 1st and 15 that drive as well.
Yep.
The lack of discipline, you put yourself in the hole offensively, very hard to convert a lot of first downs when you're starting in long yard situations.
Wow. What a punt. 54-yard kick. For those of you who'd like to see the rest of this game, stay with us on ESPN. We'll be back with these messages. Night in Denver. Hugh Jackson, his first regular season game as head coach of the Raiders. John Fox, his first game as the head coach of the Broncos after a long stint in Carolina and a disappointing 2-14 season last year there. But John Elway liked him enough to kind of change the complexion of this team from the top down, including John Elway being the vice president of operations for the Broncos now. Nice to have a Hall of Famer and two-time Super Bowl winner running the show. Kyle Orton zips it complete, and it's first down. Daniel Fells, 11 yards, the second time he's hooked up with them. And last year, there was only 27 receptions by the Denver Broncos tight ends, and they're using them tonight already.
And talking to Kyle Orton, he loves his matchups, his tight ends, his backs on the linebackers of the Oakland Raiders. You've seen it a little bit so far, but he's got these athletic tight ends, athletic backs. He wants to get them the ball.
And pickup of about 4 for Noshan Moreno. Matt Giordano made the stop. We got a flag down. This one's going against the Raiders. So again, we talked about their penalty problems last year, and they're cropping up here in the first 10 minutes of the season. That's their third already tonight.
There is no foul for 12 men on the field. The offense substituted and then executed a quick snap. We have to let the defense match up when the offense substitutes.
All right, so we'll pick that one up.
It really disarms an offense. So many of these offenses, these creative multiple offenses, use a lot of substitution groupings, and a lot of coordinators for years have used subbing people in and out as an advantage to keep you in a certain personnel grouping on defense or catching the too many people on the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of quarterbacks and coordinators in this league upset about that rule emphasis.
Eddie Royal now in the backfield with Orton. Going to go complete on the pass. Fells again. They got about 2 yards and got a flag in the backfield.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
So both teams guilty of some early penalties here. And that was Orlando Franklin, the rookie right tackle.
And this is a big man, Orlando Franklin, the rookie tackle. Powerful in the run game, struggles a little bit in pass protection. He's got to find his way, although right there, I didn't see that as a whole.
I didn't either. Orlando 6'7", 330-pounder. And now the receivers are all spread across the field for Orton in an empty backfield. Pass is tipped and incomplete. John Henderson got a hand on it at the line of scrimmage.
One thing about the Oakland Raiders defensive front, they're a talented bunch, but they're a big, big bunch. And not only can they push those guard and center inside, but they get their hands up. There's some veteran guys up there that understand on the quicker drops, empty sets, the ball's coming out quick. So as you're trying to get back in the backfield, get those hands up, knock the ball down. A lot of big plays come up for defense from defensive linemen, knock the ball down.
So now second down and 20. And Orton will get the draw play to Moreno. Noshan cuts outside. Got 5 or 6 before Johnson and Branch bring him down.
One emphasis for the Oakland Raiders this year is playing more zone in the back end. They gave up a lot of big plays in the run game last year. A lot of it because they're man coverage. Their back is to the runner running off with receivers. Playing more zone allows the secondary people like Stanford Route did right there to have their eyes in the backfield, shed the blocker, and turn runs into short gains.
Second time tonight, 3rd and 15 for the Broncos. Here comes a blitz from the safety. And they pick it up, and Orton fires across the middle. Short of the first down is Brandon Lloyd, courtesy of Chris Johnson. But they definitely picked up the blitz, and it was coming like a freight train.
Really nice blitz pickup. The Raiders bring a safety, and Noshawn Marino puts his nose in there, cleans the nice lane for Kyle Orton to stand up, step up in the pocket, and find Brandon Lloyd. Not enough, though. The Broncos in those long yard situations, those receivers got to get hungry for first down and get to those chains.
First time for Brandon Lloyd since 2006 that he didn't convert a third down on a pass to get to the sticks. Oh, and a block punt. Darrell Blackstock got in there. It's going to end up being about 4 yards on the punt. Colquitt took too long. Great job by the Raiders special team. (3-0) Broncos with 3:02 remaining in the first quarter. But now the Raiders have got great field position after Blackstock blocked the Colquitt punt. The Raiders work at the Broncos 42-yard line. 3 wideouts all to the top of your screen, but the give is to McFadden straight up the middle. And flags fly again. And again, we've got a little extracurricular activity after the play. Raiders don't get along with the Chiefs, and they don't get along any better with the Broncos. I don't know how they do with the Chargers.
I don't think they get along with anybody.
That's pretty much what I was getting at.
I think they take pride in that.
Yeah.
There's no flag for illegal formation. Number 69 had reported as an eligible receiver. Second down.
That's the second time we will pick one up. Let's go back to the block punt, Trent.
And look at number 30, David Bruton right there. Backup safety from Notre Dame. He's the personal protector. He's looking inside. He should be helping on the outside on Blackstock. Tough weekend for the Golden Domers, huh, Ness?
No doubt. Especially at the big house. It'll be a third down coming up. Joe Mays made the tackle on McFadden.
And I think this is a really important down for the Oakland Raiders. It's a third and short situation, very manageable, a situation you expect to win as an offense. They finally got some good field position. They overcame some early game jitters, some penalties, a turnover. I think they need to convert this play right here, put points on the board to gain confidence as a young group.
Jacoby Ford in motion. And a third down and 3. And we'll have another penalty. That'd be a false start, I think, on the left side of the line.
False start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Stephon Hire gets the call, and that makes this a lot tougher third down now. Raiders offense last year had 32 false start penalties. That was the most in the league. And that one definitely cost him.
And I go back to the discipline. We talked about McGill show. A 3rd and 3, very manageable. You're going to win it down for the offense. Now you're 3rd and 8, which is like an 0-2 count as a hitter in baseball.
4 wideouts now for Campbell. 3 bunch to his right. And another penalty marker down, and it might be the same guy.
False start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Well, Stephon's making a name for himself, but not the way he'd like.
And Hugh Jackson's got to be going crazy right now because he's trying to be multiple. He's trying to do a lot of things offensively, but his bigs up front can't seem to hold their water. You got that flinch right there by Hire. It just makes it almost impossible to sustain offense when your bigs are making those types of mistakes on the road.
Now it's 3rd and 13. Here comes the heat again. Draw play. McFadden inside the 35. First down. Nice run by Darren McFadden all the way to the 25-yard line.
Wow, what a nice play by Darren McFadden. Well blocked by the Oakland Raiders. But the Denver Broncos know it's screen draw. You see the second level coming. Then Champ Bailey, playing in the nickel for the first time in his career, comes up for run support, loses his footing, and gives Darren McFadden the ability to get the first down.
20-yard pickup on 3rd and 13. And that's the kind of explosive back. He had 14 rushes of 20 or more yards last year. And that one sets up his team at the 25-yard line. This is Reese, the fullback. And he's got 10. Maybe more than that.
And I think Marcel Reese is really the X factor in this Raiders offense. Jacoby Ford's the big play guy. Darren McFadden's the bell cow back. But Marcel Reese is a matchup nightmare for other teams. He's a fullback. Put him on a reverse. This is your fullback on some type of old school West Coast sweep to the left, almost like a reverse. This guy was a receiver at the University of Washington, turned himself into a fullback, becoming a better lead blocker, but gives you that advantage in the run and pass game.
And packing 240.
Yeah.
Now down to the 10 goes Michael Bush. So a little bit of everybody getting in on the act on the ground game here for the Raiders on this drive.
I'm watching tape of the Raiders in 2010, and I see Marcel Reese on consecutive plays do stuff that was unbelievable.
We've already played a quarter. Denver's got the lead by a field goal. Second half of our Monday Night Football doubleheader from Denver, where the Broncos, the start of the second quarter, lead by a field goal following a Jacoby Ford fumble. That led to the field goal. And now the Raiders, as we switch ends, driving deep into Bronco territory. At the 10, the pitch to McFadden. McFadden knocks his blocker out of the way and gets swarmed under by the Broncos. Brad NESSLER, Trent Dilfer with you. You know, last year, the Raiders basically owned the Broncos. I mean, they really owned them. They owned the division. They were 6-0 in the division. They didn't own anybody else. That was their problem.
That's the problem. But they came in this Broncos team's house and beat them by 45. And he's talked about, Hugh Jack's talked about being a bully. They've bullied the Broncos. But now what they got to do is they got to establish a mantra as a football team that's bigger than just being a bully. They also got to be smart. We got to be disciplined. And they haven't shown to this point so far. This is a great opportunity for them to put some points on the board.
They picked up a big third down earlier in this drive to get it where they are. And now Campbell is going to run for it. And he's going to get it, I think, with forward progress. He will. They're going to spot him near the 4. Now they put it right on the line.
Well, you got to like this from your quarterback. Jason Campbell steps back, that pick and vent zone, nobody's open, he's decisive. Right now he gets up in there, doesn't slide short of it. Yeah, he takes an unnecessary hit, but it gets him the first down. And a team like the Oakland Raiders sees that in their quarterback, a guy hungry to get the first down, willing to take a hit, and to breathe some life into it.
TD, that did reset that ball now at the 3. So they gave him the first down by plenty.
John Fox showed some serious speed running down the sideline to call that timeout.
He did, because there was a guy wide open. Darius Hayward-Bay was all alone in the flat. I don't know if they're completely short a man or if nobody was out there. Either way, they probably saved themselves a touchdown, at least for the time being. 13:33 and a half. Broncos 3-0. Now Hugh Jackson obviously hoping they can get a touchdown here out of really what started as a block punt. As this drive started at the 42-yard line, it's made its way to the 3 of the Broncos. A lot of coaches in the last 17 seasons. 9 different ones. That's too many. That's instability. Now they got an opportunity to take the lead. 8th play of the drive. Michael Bush is the tailback. And he's a 240-pounder. They fake it to him. Campbell throws it instead to Marcel Reese for the touchdown.
That's what Marcel Reese brings you. He's the fullback. You show the power game, little K4 action. Been in the league forever. You show downhill run action to the right. Your fullback free releases. Look, he bluffs the end. The linebacker safety drops off in coverage. That's a rookie. Raheem Moore, they're running it on. They know they got the matchup, and they get Marcel Reese for the touchdown. I'm telling you, for a fullback, I never thought I'd say a fullback's a weapon. Yep. This guy's a weapon.
He is. So they go 42 yards in 8 plays. And cap it with a touchdown. Janikowski's extra point is good. Raiders converted some big third downs on that drive. And it all started with this play by Blackstock blocking the Colquitt punt. And 42 yards later, it's Jason Campbell to Marcel Reese for the score. Raiders and Broncos on Monday Night Football. Jason Campbell caps off the 42-yard drive with his first touchdown pass of the year. Kick again out of the back of the end zone. I don't think we're going to see any returns tonight maybe with these two kickers. 13:28 remaining in the first half. And the first game for these two head coaches. So far, it's Hugh Jackson that's got the best of it. His Raiders lead the Broncos 7-3. So the Broncos start at their 20-yard line. And the ball is out again. Branch is the guy that came up with the ball, but I want to say that Noshan Moreno is down by contact.
Second down.
That spot of the field has been, football's been kind of slippery down there.
Thought this was close when I saw it in real speed. I think that ball's coming out.
Oh, I do too.
I think Gilbert is going to review it. You're going to replay here.
Hugh Jackson threw his challenge flag out there.
Oakland is challenging the rule of the field of the runner being down by contact.
It was Quentin Groves that put the hit on Noshan Moreno. Yeah, that ball's definitely out, I think.
I think it's out too. I'll tell you what I'm impressed by. Hugh Jackson getting to that replay so quick.
Let's see if he wins his challenge. Got a big smile on his face. He's feeling pretty good about it. After two gorgeous days in the Denver area, all of a sudden we got rain coming down. And Hugh Jackson.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is being reversed to a fumble. The ball came loose prior to the runner being down by contact. It will be Oakland's ball, 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And Hugh Jackson has won his challenge, and he's got the football back for his team.
And I'm impressed with how quickly they executed that challenge from the Raider staff. Congratulations to Hugh Jackson, first-time head coach. The mechanics between getting the information from upstairs to downstairs, believe it or not, that's a challenge for young coaches, and the Raiders were right on top of that, and allows them now to have great field position and go into strike mode on offense.
So first they block a punt and take over at the 42. Now they force an Noshan Moreno fumble, and they start at the Bronco 23. This is a gift package right now. If the Raiders can get points out of this, the Broncos defense needs to stiffen. McFadden trying to get around him. And they are going to do a nice job, dropping McFadden for a loss of 3.
Von Miller, penetration, getting upfield right now, just exploding off the line of scrimmage is what causes Darren McFadden to pause and allows the rest of the defense together. Look at that get off right there, up the field, forces Darren McFadden up inside of him, and now allows all of his teammates, Mays, and everybody else to get to the football and bring down McFadden.
Brent, this will be a win for the Broncos defense if they can just force a field goal out of this deal.
Absolutely.
4 wide receivers for Campbell. Jason in the shotgun on 2nd down at 13 now. And he's going to draw it to McFadden, and he runs into his own blocker, Wisniewski. And basically, Wisniewski made the tackle.
And that's what good defenses are thinking right now. And that's what John Fox and Dennis Allen, the defensive coordinator, want to instill into this defense is play smart football. Okay, the chips are stacked against you. Don't go out of your way, try to make a play. Hold them to a field goal, live to play another down. Big interior push right there. It allows all those orange jerseys to get to the ball. Nice play on defense by the Broncos.
Now the Broncos really have a big play defensively here. Their fans know it. They're trying to make things uncomfortable for the Raiders offense. 3rd down at 13. McFadden will come out of the backfield. Campbell asking for it. Fires down the middle, complete, but he's hit immediately. Myers, the tight end, by Brian Dawkins, the wily old veteran in his 16th year makes the hit. And they will force a Janikowski field goal attempt.
And a lot of people are going to say, why Jason Campbell take the quick completion? Why didn't he try to get the first down? When you're a wise quarterback in this league, you realize your opportunity for converting that third down is very small. The best thing to do is help your kicker out, get 7, 8 more yards, make it an easier kick.
It's going to be a hard hold for Leckler because the rain is really coming down. Janikowski from 37 yards out. And he got it. So the Raiders add to their lead. And again, a scuffle going on. This is about the 4th one already. And we're not even halfway through the second quarter. 11-14 remaining first half. Raiders now with a 7-point cushion on the Broncos. Catches ball, trying to stay dry or keep his hands dry back in the end zone, awaiting a Janikowski kick. What? It was so nice out today. Where did this come from?
You were out by the pool all day.
So were you. I was doing my homework. So a Chamber of Commerce day in Denver has turned into a monsoon right now. See if Janikowski's kickoff can be returned this time. Now that would be a no. Even though we had a lot of returns for touchdowns on this opening weekend of the NFL, we haven't had anybody bring one out here yet, and we may not with a guy like that and a leg like that.
Brad, this has been a sloppy game on both sides of the ball. Now, the Raiders have made some plays, but these are two teams trying to grow, trying to get better. They got to learn that more games are lost in this league than won. They got to stop giving the game away. Penalties, special teams mistakes, turnovers. The team that starts playing clean is going to get control of this game.
Willis McGahee's in there at tailback, maybe because Noshan Moreno fumbled the last time he carried it. This will be McGahee. And he gets about 3.
McGahee's a mutter. You know, we have these backs in the league that are mutters. You know, he's played in bad weather cities. He knows when it's sloppy. Ball security's at a premium. He keeps his legs churning. He fights you those extra yards. You're going to block 2. He's going to get you 4. Now, if you block it for 4, he's only going to get you 6, not 16. But that's a good kind of back to have right now.
Yeah, when you start your career in Buffalo and then you go to Baltimore, you're right. He is a mutter. Got 3 on the carry. Second down at 7. 2 tight ends set. Orton's going to throw it to McGahee out in the flat. A whole bunch of Raiders there, and now he reverses his field. Shaughnessy holds his ground and makes the stop. Nice penetration there by the Raider defense.
Yeah, nice pursuit by the Raiders at first to make him cut it back. The nice job by the backside of the defense, too. Quentin Groves, 52, staying home backside. Not over pursuing and allow a broken play like that to turn into a big play. Good team defense by the Oakland Raiders.
Moreno back in there now, but as a receiver, as it'll be Orton in an empty backfield. 3rd down at 10. 3rd time the Broncos have had 3rd and 10 or longer. Orton steps up. Now he's going to take off on his own, and he's got it. And then some. And slides with a 13-yard gain. Nice run by Kyle Orton.
Nice play by Kyle Orton, not a guy that's known for being the fleetest of foot. Some would say athletically challenged. I would say he sees the first down, makes a nice little move right there. Gets enough yards for the first down. Sometimes you just have to be a good enough athlete to move the chains.
And he was. So they pick up the 3rd and long.
69.
Haven't thrown a pass to Eddie Royal yet tonight.
And he's a guy that matches up well in this kind of weather. Sudden athlete, in and out of breaks.
They were thinking about it, but they go to McGahee, the safety valve, and a flag down as McGahee picks up 5. Before Orlando McClain tracks him down, and let's see what the penalty marker's about.
Stanford route had a whole lot of Brandon Lloyd's jersey right there, trying to prevent him from running the slant.
Defense, number 26. 5-yard penalty. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
And route. yakking to the officials. That's not going to do him much good.
And these corners love to be in bump and run. They love the jam. But right there, he got him up in the chin. And then right there, he's pulling on the back of the jersey. Good job by Brandon Lloyd, being a little dramatic, selling it. But that's what a veteran receiver is going to do. He's going to feel that hand on the back of the jersey. He understands what's going on. He wants to make it dramatic so those refs throw that flag.
Stanford Routt, who just got a brand new contract before the lockout. 3 years and $31 million. But even with that, you're going to have penalties at times. Orton going long for Lloyd. Broken up. And it was Routt. He earned his money that time.
I thought that was good timing by Stanford Routt. He's running with Brandon Lloyd down the field. Design shot by the Denver Broncos, something they're very good at. Pushing the ball down the field. Brandon Lloyd gets a seam release. Call this a 7 pump. Shows the 7 route, then gets a vertical. Stanford Routt speed, but look at that. He's reading Brandon Lloyd's eyes. He sees the eyes get big. He sees the hands go up, and he swipes right there and makes a play on the ball. That's a good play by Stanford Routt.
Broncos trailing by a touchdown. Second down and 10. Well, we got flags all over the place again.
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Chris Cooper guilty of the penalty.
I want to go back to Stanford Routt and the play he makes on the ball, on the deep ball to Brandon Lloyd. Rod Woodson, their secondary coach, one of the greatest players that's ever played, but also a fine football coach, is going to teach at the moment of truth, you have a decision to make. You either got to turn around and play the ball or read the receiver's eyes and drive your hand up through his hands. Great job by Stanford Routt right there.
Orton pressured, fires high, and it's almost intercepted by Routt. He had his hands on it. Can't believe it that he couldn't hold it. But it is a wet night out there. Talking about the Raiders and some of their assistant coaches. Not bad to have Rod Woodson, a Hall of Famer, coaching your corners, and Kevin Ross, about a 10-time Pro Bowler, coaching your safeties.
Absolutely. And this, we talked to Richard Seymour, and he said this defense has the potential to be dominant, but then we have these mental lapses, a lack of detail, and it's 5 plays a game that are killing us. So far, we haven't seen one of those 5 plays. Good defense by the Raiders so far.
Third down at 15. Raiders show blitz, and they'll bring it. Orton is in trouble. And he's just got to throw it as far as he can to the sideline. Tommy Kelly was applying the heat on the Broncos quarterback, and we've got more flags.
Holding.
It's going to be a holding call in the middle of all of that. We'll just decline that and force the punt, but Jerome Boger will tell us who the guilty party was anyway. Maybe.
Holding. Offense, number 73. That penalty is declined. Also holding. Offense, number 78. That penalty is declined.
All right.
Brad, I've been part of some good defenses. I've been lucky enough to be around some great ones in my time in the league. And the common denominator is the front 4 being able to get up and penetrate and blow up the run game and rush the passer. Also coordinated with good secondary play, you can be a very good defense. I see the makings of the Oakland Raiders being a very good defense if they can maintain the discipline like they have so far in this football game.
They were tied for second in the league last year with 47 sacks, and 39 of those came from the defensive line. Colquitt, who's had one block tonight, blasts this one into the mile-high air. And Miller's got to let it go, and he's going to pay the price for that because this baby's going down to about the 2-yard line. Maybe the 1. Great job. Cassius Vaughn gets down there to down it.
It's stuff like that, though. Nick Miller has to play that ball and save his team 15 yards of field position.
A 66-yard career-long kick by Colquitt, and his special teams down it right there.
Yeah, we talked to Richard Seymour a little bit about that. He said, the familiarity with the opponent helps the young guys. They feel confident in the schemes, they feel confident in the game, but then they get uncomfortable outside the division.
Yeah, he said we got to do our homework better on the other teams. Raiders start at their own 2-yard line, following that great punt and coverage. Campbell Gonna load it and go deep down the left sideline. Got it. Darius Hayward-Bay. He's going to say he's out of bounds. Apparently so. Good looking pass.
And I love the play call. The ball just pulls Hayward-Bay a little too wide. It looked pretty in the air, but that ball's got to be thrown about 3 to 4 yards inside the sideline. Darius Hayward-Bay has him beat. Let him go inside to get the ball and finish off the play. But I love the play call by Hugh Jackson, showing that aggressive play call style he warned us he was going to go with.
Two tight ends, one of the Broncos defenders fell down, but it didn't matter because Joe Mays, the middle linebacker, stops McFadden basically at the line of scrimmage.
And that's the second time Champ Bailey's lost his footing. He lost it on the 3rd and 13 on the draw play, and now they send him in motion. The guy Champ Bailey's covering, he goes in and out, covering Jones, and right there, boom, loses his footing. It's more than just lose your footing. It was insignificant on that play, but that leads to a lack of confidence. Now, Champ Bailey's telling himself, dog, the right cleats on. Am I going to stay on my feet? He's not going to be able to play as fast and instinctive, knowing that he's been on the ground twice.
3rd and 10. Draw. McFadden collared, broke one tackle, and then cartwheeled out to maybe the 8-yard line. Brian Dawkins made the stop. And now Shane Leckler with that big leg. He can use all of it because he's going to be punting from his own end zone. First punt went 54 yards. His career average is over 47, which is the best in the history of the NFL. Nice kick. Decker way back at the 27. But he's got a nice return going. Across the 40, out to the 42. A 65-yard punt, but a 15-yard return. Broncos, Kyle Orton trying to fire up the troops. He's got to get things going offensively, and he will when we come back. There was a penalty at the end of this punt return. You're going to see Lance Ball, number 35, come into the screen at the end of the play after the punt return, and whoop, that's going to cost you. And he got a couple of shots in.
I think it was the second one, too. I think the refs were going to give him a hall pass on the first one. Then he went and did it again, cost his team 15 yards.
So that takes away some nice field position after Decker's 15-yard return. We've had a 66-yard punt going one way by one guy and a 65-yarder going the other way in rainy conditions, although not raining quite as hard right now. Kyle Orton has been trying to generate some offense and generate some enthusiasm on the sideline going into that break. Let's see how they do from the 28-yard line.
They got to have some success on early downs to cut these third downs a little shorter.
They couldn't run the ball last year, and they haven't been able to tonight. And there's the story again, loss of 3. They were 26th in the league in rushing last year, and so far McGahee and Moreno have not been able to get going here this evening.
It's the front four of the Raiders defense. They're getting so much penetration. They're eating up blockers, and these linebackers for the Raiders are just running untouched, being able to make tackles in the backfield on these Broncos runners.
McGahee stays in there on second down at 13. Orton looks right and left and now fires across the middle, and he's got his man, the tight end, short of the first down, Julius Thomas, but he did pick up 12. And of course, we have another flag.
Holding. Offense. Number 50. 10-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
J.D. Walton, the center, guilty this time.
It is impossible to get any rhythm going offensively when you have negative field position to start with, and now you get a nice play, and it gets called back for holding. Right there, Lamar Houston. Yep, Lamar Houston, the guy with a high engine, frustrates the center, draws the holding penalty, and Kyle Orton's just saying, what do I have to do to generate some offense now?
Finds himself in a 2nd and 23 situation here. Way back at the 15. Raiders going to bring the blitz. Orton throws the deep out, incomplete, intended for Brandon Lloyd. And we got a penalty marker down on probably Chris Johnson, I guess. CD, we might be here until 3 o'clock in the morning at the rate we're going with the flags.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 37. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Talked about how these corners like to be in bump and run. They know that Brandon Lloyd's the issue for the Denver Broncos. Boy, I don't know about that one.
Either.
Call a little Chuck a little too far down the field, but that's a rough one on Chris Johnson.
He only had 2 steps, unless he made up 6 yards in those first 2 steps on takeoff. That was close. At any rate, gives him a first down.
That's a gift right there.
Yep. Orton has time and delivers a strike. Same looking play to Lloyd. And this time it's complete. Pick up a 16.
Every good offense in this league, when things are going bad, you have a go-to guy, a go-to combination. For the Denver Broncos is Brandon Lloyd, Kyle Orton, working route combinations right there. Nice little inside release, then gets back outside on the pivot. Kyle Orton feels it. Now they've picked up the tempo offensively. This is a good move by the Denver Broncos.
Go without a huddle at the 36. Orton finally got the rhythm going, and he's got Brandon Lloyd, his favorite target, going too. Brandon Lloyd, everybody says, where did this guy come from last year with the huge season he had? It's not like you, after 7 years, all of a sudden you're a breakout star, but definitely his numbers were breakout star-wise last year.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 90, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Desmond Bryant. So now they're going to walk it into Raider territory.
Brandon Lloyd, they got to get going. We just talked about, now he gets some off coverage. Nice vertical push. Gets in and out of the break. Nice timing throw by Kyle Orton. They talked about in our meetings with him, Brad, how they have the synergy going. They have this nonverbal communication that makes this a special combination. If this offense is going to get on track, it's going to be because of those two. And then right here, the Raiders getting frustrated. You talked about it's been chippy the whole game. Even though it's chippy, you got to contain your emotions and not cost your team by doing something foolish.
That moves it all the way down inside the 39-yard line of the Raiders. Kyle Orton's been sharp on this drive. Pumps once, goes down the middle, and it's a little bit too low and behind Eddie Royal. .425 all that remains in the first half. Oakland, a 3-yard touchdown pass by Jason Campbell and a Janikowski field goal, and they lead 10-3. Denver was second down and 10. Here comes everybody from the Raiders, and Orton got whacked when he let go of that ball. Matt Giordano on a safety blitz. Second time he's come. They picked up the first one, but not this time.
Nice job by the Oakland Raiders defense. You got Giordano getting ready to come down right now for this blitz. The Raiders know they're bringing pressure. Good blitzing teams. Orlando McClain understands when you're blitzing, the ball has to come out of the quarterback's hand now. If you're not getting home, get your hands up because it's going to be a short throw and you can knock it down. Nice defense by McClain.
Fifth time tonight, Trent, that the Broncos have had 3rd and 10 or longer. They're not doing themselves any favors on the first 2 downs. Here comes the blitz from the secondary again. This time Orton got rid of it, but it's incomplete. I don't think I've seen this many blitzes from the secondary in a long time, at least in not even a half of football.
I was talking to Rod Woodson in the hotel, and he said they've been preaching, we got to bring some fire zones. We got to bring some man dogs. We got to force the ball to the quarterback's hand in long yard situation. There's a rookie tackle. Orlando Franklin not understanding the look coming at him, not setting hard inside to pick up Huff. They had the matchup they wanted. They could have blocked it up, but the rookie blows an assignment, makes Orton get rid of the ball too quick.
Matt Prater will try Well, maybe not. I was going to say a 56-yard field goal attempt. But timeout taken.
Timeout, Oakland. They're first. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Timeout with 4:17 remaining in the half. Next week on ESPN's Monday Night Football, Eli Manning and the Giants host Sam Bradford and the Rams. At least we hope Sam's hand is going to be okay. Rams and Giants on ESPN's Monday Night Football, 8:30 Eastern. Also streaming live on WatchESPN.com and Watch ESPN app. Coverage starts 7 o'clock with Monday Night Countdown served by Applebee. Should be a nice matchup next Monday night. Here we're in the second half of our Monday night doubleheader to wrap up the first week of the NFL season. Brad NESSLER and Trent Dilfer from Sports Authority Field at Mile High in Denver, where Matt Prater is going to try to kick it through the thin air here from 56 yards away. Career long is 59. A kick, whoa, knuckleball. Never had a chance. Something right after takeoff. Colquitt got it down okay.
Good hold. It just starts going. Man, it looks like my driver right there. Just starts right and goes right. That ball's knuckling. You can't control it one bit.
That one was way off. It made it all the way to the crowd, though. Guys in the end zone liked it. At least as a souvenir. So now the Raiders stop a nice-looking Bronco drive. It was a mixture of good plays and big penalties, but now they got the ball right back. Their own 46. So they've got plenty of time and 2 timeouts to work with before halftime. Play action. Campbell flips it out to McFadden. McFadden with a little hurdle job. Out of bounds. Andre Goodman knocked him out after he got 6. McFadden is a heck of a receiver, too, coming out of the backfield. We talked about how dangerous he is as a runner.
Something has happened a couple times this game. The Raiders bring 6 offensive linemen in the game, and each time they've done it, they've gone play action pass, and the Denver Broncos have been in the perfect zone coverage. I bet you the Broncos have a tip on the 6 offensive line package for the Raiders by the depth of the back or something else tipping them run pass.
Second down at 4. Keep it on the ground to McFadden. And he fights for extra yardage. He's going to be about a yard shy, though. Brian Dawkins holding on for dear life to make the tackle. Third and short.
And for the most part, this Broncos D has held up pretty good. They've given up 1 bad play on 3rd and 13 on a draw. They've done some good stuff. It's just been the penalties and the bad field position has cost them.
And Campbell's going to try to do it himself and appears to have it on the quarterback sneak. Only needed about 2 feet.
And I love that by Hugh Jackson. That shows me that they have maximized their time in training camp. It's a short yard situation. They went high tempo offense right now, got up in a formation. They know they only need a little bit of yards. Go with Jason Campbell on the quarterback sneak. He's a big old hoss. I really like that by Hugh Jackson's offense.
Campbell on a toss to McFadden. Got the corner, got a great block. McFadden. Then he puts his head down and makes the tacklers pay at the end. Marcel Reese, the fullback, got a beauty of a block that sprung McFadden for his second 20-yard run of the night.
I'm telling you, Marcel Reese, this is my guy. He is versatile. You watch him on film, he does everything right here. I love that he goes down, chops down Woodyard with the cut block, allows McFadden to get the edge. This guy, I'm telling you, for this offense, he is key.
Campbell now the quick throw out to Hayward Bay, and he got to the 20. Champ Bailey stopped him. Again, Marcel Reese tonight has done a little bit of everything. Watch this block on Woodyard.
And this is an ex-wide receiver in college. Let's not forget that. It's not easy to become a blocker. People think, well, put on some weight and go hit people. It's not that easy. There's technique, there's sight lines, there's angles you have to take. You have to understand defenses. Great job by Marcel Reese.
2-minute warning. Raiders leading the Broncos 10-3. Coming up at the half, it's a Toyota halftime show. Talk about the Patriots and Dolphins highlights. Sam Bradford injury update, the fastest 3 minutes with Chris Berman. And here at the 20-yard line of the 2-minute warning, the Raiders trying to drive for more points. McFadden, and he got collared over there on the sideline, and with that comes another penalty mark. It'll be a horse collar, I think. Fadden's had a big first half. We talked about both games. Last year he went over 100 yards on the ground against the Broncos, including a career-high 165 in one of those games. And Darren's had a big first half here, but he's got a little kink in his neck after that last tackle by Ayers.
On the tackle, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, grabbing the helmet, opening of the runner, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Here's another look.
And this is what speed does, okay? When you have speed like Darren McFadden has it, it makes defenders panic. So they know they can't get there instinctively. Ayers knows he can't get there, reaching out, trying to grab anything, gets a helmet, costs him 15 yards.
And that is still moving his neck, trying to loosen it up. And now we got motion on the right side of the line of the Raiders.
False start, offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Khalid Barnes, the right tackle. We'll see him take off early. Oh, just when they had it down.
This Raiders team could be so good, Brad. You study it on tape, you look at the personnel, you see the coaching staff, great coaching staff. They just got to get disciplined and stop the foolish stuff.
Had it inside the 10, and now it's at the 13. Michael Bush, the tailback, gets the call. Only a couple. Nice job defensively. Von Miller, that #1 draft choice out of Texas A&M, the #2 overall pick in the draft. He's had some big plays tonight. He forced a fumble on the opening series. And we got another penalty marker on the play.
Defense, number 98. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
All right, well, there's another automatic first down, and that hold was on Ryan McBean.
Shocking, another flag.
Isn't it? It's first and goal at the 6.
Ryan McBean trying to hold off the double team. Oh, just takes the tally.
Nice takedown.
Oh, this isn't wrestling.
Reese and the tight end Myers now switch over to the near side where there's a bunch of 3. And now Reese is the motion man. Jason Campbell in trouble. Throws across the middle. Jacoby Ford couldn't get to it. Incomplete. And we got a little bit of an altercation going again. Seemingly on every play.
John Fox is fired up about something on the sideline.
Changes up his defensive personnel on a second and goal at the 6. Raiders trying to make it 17-3 here before halftime. The Broncos hoping to hold them to a field goal again. Campbell to the back of the end zone and overthrows everybody. Brandon Myers, the tight end, was the closest to the football, and now it's third and goal. This would be a big stop here, TD.
Yeah, and the Broncos have Raheem Moore limping in the back of the end zone. He slipped as well. The rookie safety looks like he's coming off the field now, but now you bring in another safety in your sub package. Big third down stop. This is a must stop for the Denver Broncos. Hold them to a field goal, have some type of confidence going in at halftime. You can't give up 6 here for the Denver Broncos. That has to be the mindset. That's what John Fox, Dennis Allen's been preaching to this defense. You want to be better this year. You want to contend the division, then be a smart, disciplined defense, especially in critical areas. Third down and deep goal-to-go situations. The great defenses, the good defenses in this league come up with stops right now.
David Bruton is a guy that'll take Moore's spot in that secondary. A huge third and goal at the 6-yard line. Remember, the one touchdown pass tonight was a short one. That was from Campbell to Marcel Reese, the fullback. Darius Hayward-Bay will go out to the left side with Denarius Moore. The 2 wide receivers. Tight end and the fullback are both tucked in on the right side. And now Moore in motion. Third and goal. Again, some movement on the line. Everybody pointing at everybody.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 9. Half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
Jason Hunter will give the Raiders the opportunity to move it closer as you see him fall into the neutral zone. Elvis Dumerville's been in there in passing situations, but suffered a shoulder injury earlier in the half. So the guy that led the league in sacks a couple of seasons ago has been in there only on passing situations. That's what they're thinking right here. 15 penalties so far in this game. 3rd down and goal for the Raiders. Jacoby Ford in motion. Campbell in trouble. Across the middle, it's knocked down by the guy that just took Raheem Moore's place, David Bruton. Nice play.
Nice play. Wait till you see Von Miller as he rushes the edge right there, and the effort he gives to get home to Jason Campbell and force the ball out of his hand. Look at the rookie in the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry. Von Miller's inside. Von Miller's inside. This is Dawkins coming off the edge.
The 16-year.
I saw a flying orange jersey in the air. I didn't know who it was. What a great play by Brian Dawkins.
Brian can still get up for 16 years in the league, can he? Janikowski, 21-yard field goal attempts. It's a chip shot for him. But boy, that's a big play for the Broncos defense, because 17-3 going to the locker room, things aren't looking so good. 13-3 you can handle, or maybe they've got time. They are out of timeouts, but they do have 127 to work with.
For a veteran quarterback like Kyle Orton's going to be sitting on the sideline right now and doing the mental gymnastics. Okay, I got 127. I got no timeouts. I know how I got to play football. Down, time is more important than downs. I got to clock the ball every time I get a completion. If I can get 3 points out of this drive, most likely I'm going to start at my 20, because every kick in the NFL is going in the end zone or out of it right now. So he's right now methodically thinking in his mind, okay, where are my matchups? How do I get completions? If I have a completion in the middle, I got to get my team up the line of scrimmage right now, clock the ball, get as many plays as I can get in this small amount of time, hopefully put my kicker in position to put 3 on the board before half.
Brandon Lloyd has been his favorite receiver, at least was the last series offensively for Denver. Jason Campbell next to his head coach as Janikowski kicks this one almost out of the stadium again. A lot of changes for the Broncos, and it starts right at the top, not with the owner, Pat Bowlen, but with the guy that's running the show now, the Hall of Famer, 2-time Super Bowl winner, John Elway, Executive Vice President of Football Operations.
Couldn't have a better guy running the show.
Nope.
Whether it's in between the lines or now running the organization. He's taking the same passion that made him a Hall of Fame football player, and he's applied it to this new role. It's amazing to see the fire in his belly.
Kyle Orton, the quarterback, in the shotgun here with 1:27 remaining in the half. Steps up and goes down. Nice pressure again in the pocket, and Richard Seymour, the old man of that defensive front, in his 11th year out of Georgia, with the sack.
This front four of the Oakland Raiders is dominating the Denver Broncos offensive line. Richard Seymour getting the penetration, but keeping his eyes in the backfield. He knows the quarterback's going to climb and look for an alley. He can come off and make the sack.
2nd down at 12. Orton deep, the middle, tipped, incomplete. Orlando McClain got back there.
You hear personnel guys, you hear coaches talking about length and size of certain position groups all the time. Orlando McClain is one of the biggest inside backers you'll ever see, and it's his length right there, his athleticism. The size allows him to make that play. Kyle Orton has a place to throw that ball to Daniel Fells, but you can't teach that type of size that McClain has, that Urlacher has. They're able to make plays that smallish linebackers can't.
Urlacher had a great game yesterday against the Falcons. 3rd and 12 for Orton. Throws on the run, got his tight end, and hits a 1st down. Daniel Fells, what's that, 3 catches for him tonight? Up of 16 this time.
Kyle Orton does like his matchups, though, inside. He said anytime he gets these matchup zones or man looks where he's got his linebackers' backs matched up on the line, matched up inside. He likes those matchups. He thinks he can get a lot of completions in this football game doing that.
48 seconds remaining. Remember, Denver out of timeouts. Orton, quick slant, and he's got Lloyd. And they're into Oakland territory. And now they hustle up to the line. He'll probably want to just clock this one, as Trent said, save themselves some time and get a chance to catch their breath.
Little looky by Brandon Lloyd, on the same page with Kyle Orton. They see him in a zone. They see nobody's going to cover the zone right there. That eye contact, Orton stands up, hits him with the ball, turns into a big gain. Nice play by Brandon Lloyd and Kyle Orton.
32 seconds, still a lot of time at the 47-yard line.
Look at this. He just eyeballs into Kyle Orton. He knows that zone defender is going to run past him. Kyle breaks off his drop, gets the ball to him quick, lets him go run with the football.
Second down and 10. Orton pump fakes and now goes deep, and it's intercepted. Matt Giordano played it beautifully. Ball was underthrown a little bit, and the Raiders stopped the Broncos from scoring here before halftime.
This is interesting. Kyle Orton coming back some pump fake, but the safety is clearly on the hash. And if you watch this, Brandon Lloyd, as Kyle Orton pump fakes and comes back, Brandon Lloyd's not looking for the football. I think Brandon Lloyd's expecting that ball to be pushed further down the football field for that coverage. I think Kyle Orton just misreads that coverage and decides early on he's going to Brandon Lloyd with the football. Bad play by Kyle Orton. He had a real chance to put some points on the board. Quarterback cost him with a big-time mistake.
So the interception and a Noshan Moreno fumble, a couple of turnovers, have really cost the Broncos here in the first half.
The last play is on the video review.
So the interception is under review. Brady Quinn, you see there, and Tim Tebow's the guy with the jacket and the cap on. A lot of people thought there would be a big battle for the quarterback job. There was talk that at one point looked like Kyle Orton was going to the Dolphins. And Tim Tebow, of course, #1 draft choice, Heisman Trophy winner from Florida. And now he may not even be the #2 quarterback on this team. Might be #3, or maybe it's 2B and 2A. I don't know. Here's another look at the end of the play. Giordano goes airborne. He's got the ball there. Unless they're saying, well, he's got his hand under it all the way, I think.
And it looks like he possesses the ball the whole time. His hand looks like it's underneath the ball and doesn't wiggle at all. A body part, 2 feet, land in bounds. To me, that's an interception.
Great play by Giordano as they continue to look at it. 24 seconds is all we have remaining in the half.
Brandon Lloyd and Kyle Orton both talked to us in depth about their relationship and how they really have a great feeling for one another. They have great nonverbal communication. They're always on the same page. Well, they weren't there. That was a clear example of Kyle Orton and Brandon Lloyd not being on the same page. Brandon Lloyd's not even looking for the ball. Kyle Orton's pushing into cover 2, which is a corner underneath, the safety over the top. You don't make that throw unless you know your receiver is going to be expecting the ball in the hole like that.
So after having a look upstairs,
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. It is an interception. First down, Oakland.
Kyle Orton, who threw 9 interceptions last year in his 13 starts, has a misfire there that takes away a scoring opportunity. See if the Raiders just play it safe here, keep it on the ground to Bush. They will. And Broncos with a flag down, dropping for a loss.
There's a shocker, another flag.
Yeah. I think we just should tape me saying there's another flag down. They can just put it in after every play.
Personal foul. Twisting the face mask. Defense, number 99. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Kevin Vickerson, the guilty Bronco.
Tell you what, the Raiders have 2 timeouts left. They get this free 15. They got time now to be aggressive. Hugh Jackson's an aggressive guy. He's an aggressive play caller. I could see them using this as an opportunity because of the foolish penalty. Maybe call an aggressive player. You can work the middle of the football field, get one of these fast receivers in space, let him run after the catch, call a timeout. You got the kicker with the strongest leg in the National Football League. I think you got to be aggressive here at your play call.
Saw Janikowski in warm-ups kick a field goal of about 70 yards. So you're right. They've got an opportunity maybe here. Play action. They're going to throw the screen to Reese. Got a couple of blockers in front. He's into Denver territory and out of bounds near the 45-yard line. And we've still got 9 seconds left.
And not what I would call an aggressive call, but a very smart call. You get in regular personnel, 21 personnel, your base run look. You go play action, make them think you're taking a shot. So now a linebacker's retreat. You get it to Marcel Reese, the guy with all kinds of skills in the open field. You get a nice little chunk of yards right there, and now you can still be aggressive. You got the timeouts.
Now they got Hayward Bay out to the left. Jacoby Ford down here to the right. They need a few more yards to try to give Janikowski a long kick. And they're just going to keep it in the middle, give it to Bush, and not call a timeout.
A lot of people at home wondering what that play call was. I think they thought they could sneak the little lead draw in there, make them think pass and sneak the lead draw in there.
Talking about Janikowski now in the warm-ups. Just happened to be looking, and so were our cameras. Look at this thing. Hey, goodbye. Now, that's good. The fans down there in the end zone loved it. His career long, by the way, in a real game, on a real kick, is 61 yards. He was 4 out of 7 last year from 50 plus. And this is going to be a 63-yard field goal attempt, which would match the longest in NFL history. Sebastian Janikowski from 63 kicks on the way. It is good. He got it.
Wow.
NFL history tied here in Denver. Only 2 others have hit one from that far. Tom Dempsey, Jason Elam, and add Sebastian Janikowski to a very short list on a very long kick. Wow.
He should be fired up. What a kick.
First-year head coach Hugh Jackson says, I gave him a shot. And he made it. How about that? They add to their lead. Halftime here in Denver. Sebastian Janikowski with a 63-yarder as we take it to the Toyota halftime show. Here's Boomer. Boomer, we just saw Boomer. Down to one more half of football on this first week of the NFL season, as the Raiders, much like they did with the Broncos a year ago, controlling things at least through 2 quarters, 16-3. What a thrilling way to finish off a second quarter. A sloppy ball game, Trent. A lot of penalties. The Broncos have buried themselves in a hole now that they're going to have to try to dig out of.
Yeah, and the kicker gives us our most exciting moment of the first half, which
shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be that way. But yeah, it's sloppy football, mainly on the Broncos' behalf. Give the Raiders some credit. They've taken advantage of some of their opportunities, but overall, the Broncos have kind of gift-wrapped to this first half.
Sebastian Janikowski tying an NFL record with a 63-yard field goal to end the second quarter. And just think, that was the Broncos driving in to Raider territory, and then the interception by Giordano. And as Trent said, you know, they got a couple of timeouts. If they get some decent yardage, maybe they can move it into field goal range for number 11. Lo and behold, that's not field goal range for most people. So now 16-3 as we start the third quarter. And Raiders will get the football first. Matt Prater will tee it up. So far tonight we haven't had any kick returns. Jacoby Ford is back deep if he can get his hands on it. And he looks back there to the end line. He's got himself stationed 9 yards deep. Most coaches around the league have kind of given the green light to the really good return man that if it's around 5 yards, take a shot at it. But in this case, neither kicker's even given anybody a chance to field one.
Well, we talked about the Raiders deserve some credit, but really this has been a comedy of errors by the Broncos. You get a punt block because of a blown assignment. 3rd and 13, get off the field. You can never let draw beat you in this situation. Broncos falling all over the place, fall down. You don't cover the fullback in the flat in a short yardage play. No Sean Marino putting the ball on the grass. You can't do that and expect to win football game. Then Kyle Orton, this is not how he plays. He's usually very careful with the ball. He's into the other team, and they get the face mask personal foul, leads to a field goal. Bad stuff by the Broncos.
Now the Raiders from the 20. Campbell wanted to throw out to Jacoby Ford and did. And Jacoby takes the would-be tackler Andre Goodman with him for 12 yards and a first down.
Jacoby Ford, what I call a sudden athlete, fast and quick, allows him to get off the press, see the lateral move, and then boom, in and out of the break, even getting held. See how sudden that is at the top? Gives Jason Campbell a clear picture to throw the little hook route. Nice way to start the second half.
You want to get it in his hands because of that blazing speed that he does possess. He's in motion right now to the bottom of the screen. There's a give to Bush, and boy, did he get in a head-on collision with Brian Dawkins. Dawkins can still tackle you, can't he?
Yeah, what we've missed somewhat from the Broncos, because we're talking about all the errors, Brian Dawkins has played good football. Every impact play the Broncos have had on defense, Brian Dawkins has been in the mix.
The last 2 plays have been former Clemson players. One in his 16th year, Brian Dawkins, and before that, Jacoby Ford in his 2nd season.
16 years, he's still got some knockback in him.
You're not kidding. 3 wideouts now for Jason Campbell on 2nd down at 12. McFadden is back in the lineup. I think Darren wasn't sure about the snap count. Came up, had a word with his quarterback, and now he'll flank him in the backfield. And it's McFadden. The quick opener only got about 3.
I really do like what Hugh Jackson has done with this offense. I was very concerned coming in. They weren't going to be creative enough. They're going to be somewhat of a ground and pound, try to make this a slobber knocker. He has stayed multiple. A lot of formations, a lot of personnel groupings, a lot of different schemes in the run game and the pass game. I am thoroughly impressed with this Hugh Jackson, Al Saunders combination offense.
By the way, Al Saunders is considered the offensive coordinator with the title, but Hugh Jackson's calling the plays. 3rd down and 9. Let's see what he's dialed up here. Jacoby Ford, the motion man. Campbell trying to get his tight end. Incomplete.
And that's too bad, because Darren McFadden showed how he was a complete back there. He stoned Champ Bailey on the blitz, knocked him backwards, gave Jason Campbell a beautiful pocket. Jason Campbell probably should have held on this ball a little longer. Boom, look at that. Look at that pass protection. I'll tell you what, quarterbacks love their runner who can step up there and deliver a punishing blow in pass protection. Gives you so much confidence.
Well, the Broncos defense forces a Shane Leckler punt. Then he drilled another one. Decker has to backpedal all the way to the 10. Eric Decker now reverses his field. Across the 30. Decker with just the punter in his way. He's gone. Touchdown, Broncos. Eric Decker, 90-yard punt return for the score.
Special teams week 1. We've already seen a mistake by the Broncos. Now we see a well-executed punt return. Get the picket fence lined up on the sideline. Eric Decker sets it up, gets to the boundary, gets upfield. Uncle Mo back with the Broncos. Nothing brings the crowd back into a football game more than a huge play on special teams. That might be what the Broncos needed the most.
Only the 3rd time in Shane Leckler's career that he's had a punt return for a touchdown. This one was a doozy by number 87. Eric Decker, his 2nd year out of Minnesota. He's going to make like a Lambeau leap, a mile high into the stands. Broncos are right back in it. Punt returns on this first weekend with a 90-yarder. Now we got a football game. This kick, Jacoby Ford will watch it bounce over his head. And the Raiders will start from the 20-yard line. Let's go back to the punt return.
I'll tell you what, sometimes it's just going bad. You need a break. The Broncos catch one here. Look at Matt Willis, number 12. Gets away with a little twist right there. You see Blackstock go. Right before that, what you missed was he gave him a little hook. Could have been called, isn't called. Creates the seam that Decker hits, and then he finishes it with the home run speed. Sometimes you got to make sure those refs just aren't looking right at you at the right time.
Decker led this team in kick returns last year as a rookie. That's his biggest play so far in his short stint in the NFL. Big hit on Marcel Reese by Wesley Woodyard. That's fired up the whole team now. You can tell the Broncos playing a little different level right now.
Different energy in the building. And I tell you, it's on the Broncos defense right now. They got Uncle Mo on their side. They got to capture it. Marcel Reese catching the ball in the backfield. I like the play called by the Raiders. Look at this athleticism for a fullback. Jumps over Champ Bailey, but Woodyard's right there to hit him. Those kind of hits keep Uncle Mo on your side.
Second down at 6. Now it's McFadden. And Darren going to be stopped after a 3-yard gain by Mario Hagan. And now here comes a real big third down. The Broncos could get a stop on the Raiders here, get the football back. Trailing now only by 6.
Huge down. It really is. You just captured momentum. You get the punt return. You played good first and second down defense. You're in a third and medium. These are 50-50 in this league. The defense has to play tight, contested defense. Make it hard for Jason Campbell. Make it hard for these receivers.
The fans trying to make it hard on the Raiders, that's for sure. The building's starting to shake again. I think McFadden moved out in the flat.
False start. Offense, number 20. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
He started heading the line of scrimmage. Trent, I just saw it out of the corner of my eye right before that snap.
Yep, he goes in motion and trying to create a matchup with Darren McFadden out there with the linebacker removed as well. They probably love the matchup, but he starts moving forward, draws the penalty. And I'll tell you what, this crowd's about to get really loud.
Yes, they are.
And you got 3rd and 9 after you let a punt return go against you. This crowd's going to be rocking. Jason Campbell takes a timeout. That might not be a bad thing. Make sure you regroup on the sideline and get the right play coming out of this timeout.
We'll see what they come up with on 3rd down when we come back. Monday Night Football doubleheader. The Thunder's about to start right now as the Raiders come up to the ball at the 22 with a 3rd and 8. Campbell fires complete. Breaking a tackle is Hayward Bay, and he's got a first down. And that'll quiet the crowd as they get it all the way out to the 36-yard line.
Really well executed play by the Oakland Raiders, but I love the play call. You got 2 potential game record pass rushers on the outside in Dumerville and Von Miller. They go max protection. They protect their edges with a back and a slide, and then tight end presence to Dumerville. You secure the edge. The Broncos bring Dawkins as well, so it's a big-time man pressure. Jason Campbell knows he's protected, delivers a nice ball underneath to Hayward Bay. Now Hayward Bay doing something he hasn't shown a lot of in his career, breaking tackles, getting upfield. This ball's not completed long enough for the first down there, but he has to go work for it. You got to love Hayward Bay working for the first down.
And Raheem Moore, who is part of the tackle, is the man that's down. We'll check on him when we come back to Denver in a minute. Raheem Moore, the rookie 2nd-round draft choice out of UCLA, shaking up on that last play, involved on the tackle.
And here's why I like the play call. You take away the team's fastball. The back presence, McFadden, Miller, and then you take away Dumerville, Dawkins. You create hard edges in the front. You catch them in the right defense, so you anticipate the play call, then your quarterback trusts that you're dialing up the right play, and he goes and executes it.
Well, the Raiders have it at their own 36-yard line. McFadden found an opening, spins his way across the 40. Nice run out to the 42. Pick up of 6 more. And Darren McFadden on his way to another century mark against the Bronco defense. He's got 82 yards right now.
Studying this Denver Broncos defense, these linebackers, especially Mays, Woodyard, look at, they'll go in there, they'll create collisions. Sometimes they struggle disengaging and making tackles. There's some big runs coming. These linebackers don't start disengaging.
They can keep it on the ground now. A 2nd and 4, and he breaks free. McFadden does across midfield before he loses his lid. And another first down. Pick up of 10 more. So McFadden last year, he had 119 in the second game of the series and 165 here in Denver, which was a career high.
And the Raiders have found something on the left side. They're attacking the right side of the Denver Bronco defense, their left side. Valdier and Wisniewski getting off the ball, creating movement. Those linebackers not disengaging. Really had a lot of success running off their left side there.
Now it's Bush in to give McFadden a breather, and he swarmed under, no gain on that one. Nice job defensively by Jason Hunter to close the door on Michael Bush. And we got some more pushing and shoving going on downfield between Champ Bailey and one of the wide receivers for the Raiders.
Gets to a point in games when it gets so chippy like it's been all night long, that clutters the brain of the players. And the next thing you know, you're caught up in this one-on-one argument you got going on with the guy on the other side of the ball, and you forget your assignment, and that's where big plays come. The coaching staffs really have to be on top of this.
7th play of the Raider drive. And I thought there was some motion again, but now Denarius Moore with a ball, and we do have a penalty marker down.
Holding. Offense. Number 61. 10-yard penalty. Replay. 2nd down.
Yeah, just when you gave Steven Wisniewski some love, the rookie out of Penn State took it away from you.
That's just like my timing. Yeah, get off the ball. Yeah, the Broncos get off the ball there. Great get off. Wisniewski, all he can do at that point, knows he can't have penetration because they got the reverse going. Tackles, about the 3rd tackle we've seen by an offensive lineman tonight.
Well, the Raiders are on pace for 160 penalties this year if they keep this pace up. 10 tonight after 148 led the league last year. McFadden back in there after a breather. And he's going to get the call on a draw. Didn't get much, though. Nice job by Brian Dawkins. He is hitting some people in that secondary for the Broncos.
And let's go back to that. You know, we talked about it early on. We like this Raiders football team. There's a lot of good pieces in place. They might be able to get through the division again being undisciplined. But they have talked about championship aspirations, playoff aspirations. You're not going to get it. You're never going to get there being undisciplined. And they haven't proven to me tonight. As many good things as I've seen, it's hard to look past the lack of discipline and this many penalties this early.
3rd down at 16. 4 wideouts for Campbell. And he's going to take a timeout. So now that could come back to haunt Oakland somewhere down the line. They're down to 1 timeout. We're down to 7:15 remaining 3rd quarter. College football road test weekend on ESPN. Thursday night, Friday night. Thursday, it's number 3 LSU, number 25 Mississippi State. They'll have the Cowbells out. And then on Friday, number 4 Boise State and Toledo. Team that gave Ohio State a scare will get together. College football primetime. Part of a road test weekend on ESPN Thursday and Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. With Trent DILFER, I'm Brad NESSLER on this 2nd of 2 Monday night games in Denver, where the Raiders lead by 6 and have a 3rd and 16 upcoming. Campbell, plenty of time. Down the middle. Bush lost the ball. Did he make the catch and then lose it or not? Wisniewski covers it anyway. They're going to say incomplete. That'll mean the Raiders will have to punt. I remember the last time they did. They pinned, they thought, Eric Decker back at the 10-yard line. He had other ideas. 90 yards later, for the only Bronco touchdown of the night. And there he stands inside the 10 again. End over end job. This time at the 9. Decker won't get away. Only about a 2-yard return that time. So the Broncos deep in their own territory as Kyle Orton will bring them back out. Trailing by 6.
The last time, Ness, the Broncos had any success offensively, they went to a higher tempo offense. They were more in, out, and off, in the huddle, out of the huddle, off the ball, or even a no huddle. I think that's got to be their answer. They have no control of the line of scrimmage. They're getting killed in the run game. We got to increase the tempo, wear out those bigs of the Oakland Raiders. That's the only chance they have to sustain some offense in the second half.
Trent, this first time these guys have been on the field in 43 minutes of real time because of the punt return and halftime. And the Raiders having the ball here in the third quarter. Orton across the middle. Eddie Royal. I don't know, he just sort of short-armed that one. I don't know if he didn't see it or if it was that far in front of him. Looked catchable.
And every quarterback in this league will tell you the same thing. When you're off the field for so long, you're over there on the sidelines, you're used to throwing rep after rep after rep in practice. You want to be in a rhythm. You want to stay on the field and get those opportunities. Kyle Orton hasn't thrown a football for 43 minutes. You can understand why that ball was a little too far out in front of Eddie Royal.
Yeah, take it back, Eddie. That one was too far in front of you. Orton. This one's on the money, and it's Royal on the run. And he's almost horse-collared at the end of the play. First down for the Broncos. Got 18 yards out of that one.
And I think Eddie Royal's a guy they must use in this offense more than he was used last year. If you go back to 2009, he put up big numbers. He worked the slot as good as any young receiver in football. This league has turned into a slot receiver league. That's how you move the chains. Eddie Royal has the potential to be that guy. The Broncos need to learn how to use him a little bit better.
There's the numbers that you see. It's his 18th catch in the series against the Raiders. Moreno with his hand on his blocker in front of him slides for a first down, it appears. J.D. Walton was leading the way. Noshan sort of had a hand on his jersey like, I'm right behind you, brother. Just keep on running.
And you notice what's happening here. The Broncos have come out. They threw it twice right away. They got the tempo going faster. You create space in the defense. Now you're able to get the corner in the run game because the defense is a little more on their heels. They're not having time to digest what they're seeing. They're having to play the pass. Gives you a chance to be successful in the run game.
Noshan didn't quite get the first down. It's 2nd and a yard for McGahee. And he gets about 2. And now we got another. McLean just threw a punch. That might cost him any more participation in this ball game.
And we saw that Thursday night with Charles Woodson getting away with the punch, not being ejected. I'm sure the refs are aware of what happened Thursday night. If he truly threw a punch, wouldn't surprise me if he gets ejected.
Well, that's a flag for sure. We'll wait and see.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 55. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Well, I guess it was just personal foul. Either way, costly to his team. And another Raider penalty. You're going to see they're tangled up there with Beatles. And then after the play's over, 55 is going to turn around right at the top of your screen and go. No, that was 2 hands.
Yeah,
that was all right.
Punch. Yep. Deserve the 15, but also deserves to stay in the game.
Yep. 4 receivers to Orton's right. That's where he's going with it. And in and out of the hands of McGahee. Catchable ball for sure, and he knows it.
You can hear Kyle Orton at the line of scrimmage directing traffic. This is how he wants to play football. He wants spread out offense. He wants to be in the shotgun. He wants to run the show at the line of scrimmage. Locate his underneath receivers. That's a good ball. That's a great concept. McGahee catches this ball, and he's going to run for a while.
Yep.
Wembley's backs to him. He's beaten McLean. Those are those plays that can turn those 30-yard gains if you just execute and catch the ball.
By 90!
Orton. Deep drop. Plenty of time. Starting to run out of it. He's got to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. Thrown away. John Henderson finally got the pressure in there from the inside, but the line did a nice job. They're just too good at coverage in the back end.
Really good defense by the Oakland Raiders. They're setting up a play-action shot. You got the deep cross right here by Andy Royal. Nice job gloving it by Tyvon Branch. And then Brandon Lloyd trying to take the top off the defense. Got attention of Giordano. He's got him. He's in a position to make a play. Kyle Orton has to dirt the ball, get it out of bounds, live for third down. But once again, another third and long.
Yep. Another 3rd and 10. Orton. This one's complete. Nope, it's not. Incomplete. Fell, and so did another flag.
This is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
These players need to understand they're in a football game. They have a job to do. Job is to do your job and execute your position, not get chippy with the guy across the line all the time. I don't care how many games they've played. I don't care how heated the rivalry is. You are cheating your teammates when you make this a one-on-one battle instead of caring about what's going on with your team.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 93, for removing his helmet. That penalty is declined. Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 77. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
So the Raiders only had to take one of those penalties, even though they had 2.
And Ness, they're off the field. Kyle Orton makes a bad throw behind Daniel Fells. Daniel Fells is open. Kyle Orton makes a poor throw, but because Shaughnessy wants to take that extra step and lower his helmet, and then Kelly getting frustrated. Now you've extended a drive. This offense hasn't done anything against you the whole night. Now you've extended a drive and given you a chance to score points.
That's a good.
It's foolish.
It was a good call on Shaughnessy. I mean, he took 2 steps before he hit the quarterback. Now, no gain on the play again on the run. Lamar Houston makes the stop on O'Shawn Moreno.
So many things to like about the Oakland Raiders. I've said this already. Good personnel, good coaches. They finished strong. They ran their division last year. But if you want to build a bully, it better be a smart bully. A bully like this is just going to get you beat. And that's my problem with the Oakland Raiders, and it's got to change. If they want to meet their expectations, they can be tough, but don't be stupid.
Orton going to throw out in the flat to Moreno, and O'Shawn Moreno brought down inside the 10, and he put both hands around that football at the end of that play after fumbling in the first quarter. Pickup of 24. Now we got another player with his helmet off, way back at the 35-yard line.
And it's taken away from the game. Nice play by Kyle Orton, and O'Shawn Moreno look downfield, understands where his outlet is. Big plays here. Nice move. Gets 2 Raiders on the ground, puts on the Jets, gets upfield, and like you said, Ness, protects the ball. Look at this move. Boom, boom. That's an ankle breaker right there. But I love this. Here's a football player learned from his earlier mistakes. Right about when he's ready to get contacted, 2 hands on the ball. I don't need to try to score. I'll get down to the 6. I'll trust somebody else to punch it in.
They're at the 6, 1st and goal. McGahee in there as the tailback. McGahee to the 5 with his forward progress. 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Broncos had a 3-0 lead. Oakland 16 straight points, and now Broncos with an opportunity to take the lead if they can get it in the end zone.
55 to Mike. 180. What's up?
Orton play action. Slants behind his intended receiver, Brandon Lloyd. Low and away on that one.
And I know why he threw it there. It's going to look to you like Brandon Lloyd's coming wide open. There's nothing underneath him. But Kyle Orton sees Tyvon Branch flash the last second from the inside out. You see him? From Kyle Orton's perspective, he doesn't know if Tyvon Branch is coming underneath to pick that. So he's trying to protect the ball and protect Lloyd from a catastrophic mistake.
3 receivers to Kyle Orton's right. Now he's going to wave Royal back over to the other side. 3rd and goal, Broncos at the 5. Orton waiting. Too long. Down he goes. Richard Seymour, second sack of the night for the veteran defensive tackle. So there goes the opportunity to take the lead.
And you got to love Richard Seymour. Keeps his head through all this. All his other teammates are losing theirs. He just goes about his business like he has for 11 years. Do your job. Fight, claw, scrape, use your hands. Keep your eyes in the backfield. No, you got to make a play for your team to save you 4 points. That's what Richard Seymour does.
So now Prater will try a 30-yard field goal to try to slice into Oakland's lead at least. The kick is good. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Oakland maintains its lead, but the Raiders defense, thanks to the old man, number 92, forces a field goal instead of a touchdown. Join Susie Colbert, senior insider, Chris Mortensen, and a rotating cast of analysts and guests for the debut of ESPN's latest unscripted show, NFL 32, as our experts discuss the biggest topics of the day from all 32 NFL teams. Debuts tomorrow and airs each weeknight at 6 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. Susie and Mort tomorrow, NFL 32. Rain starting again. Fans, full house, it's not bothering them at all. Easy for me to say, we're dry up here. Prater to kick. Nick Miller back deep. And he's just going to watch this one sail out of the end zone again. Well, again, the Raiders, thanks to Richard Seymour.
There's a pro's pro, Richard Seymour. They don't get more professional than this, and a great player. Watch him fight and claw. You got to love everything about this guy.
Second sack of the night. We said to him yesterday, said, how you feeling? 11 years. He said, I feel good, especially with a lockout. I'm not beat up. Said, my hands are a little bit messed up. And then he showed us his left pinky finger, and it's like a piece of rubber. He can bend it in any direction he wants to. And he said, it's a great novelty. All 5 of my kids, when the friends are over in the backyard, they say, hey, Daddy, you got to show him the finger trick.
And he says, I love creeping out all the kids with the mangled finger.
Pump fake. Campbell's in trouble, and a ball is out. Raiders cover it. McFadden got on top of it. Jason Hunter's the guy that pried it away from Campbell. But luckily, McFadden was in the right spot.
Nice job by the Broncos defense getting home in the pass rush. And this is something that's plagued Jason Campbell throughout his career. It's just a blown assignment. Hire not getting out there fast enough, not swinging the gate open fast enough. Jason Campbell's got to hold on to that ball. It's something that's plagued him throughout his career.
Yep, sacks and fumbles, and that was one of each. Darren McFadden. What about 3, maybe 4? Joe Mays made the tackle. And we're down to a minute and change in the third quarter.
I asked Tom Brady what he thought the most important part of quarterback play is, and he said ball security in the pocket. Because if you fumble that ball in the pocket and don't get it back, it's far worse than an interception.
Tom just had another day at the office in our first game tonight, didn't he?
Brilliant.
Wow.
Absolute surgeon is what Tom Brady is.
Third down at 12. And now the Bronco defense is going to pin its ears back, try to get to number 8 on this one. Here they come. Campbell fires to the sideline. It'll be a punting situation again for the Raiders. Broncos brought the house this time.
Broncos are in a sellout blitz. Jason Campbell's expecting more on the outside, the rookie receiver to break this off. He knows he's got to get rid of it right away. The receiver doesn't recognize the coverage, runs the fade.
Decker, who's got the Broncos touchdown tonight, back deep again. He's going to have a chance to field this one at the 33. Out to the 41, maybe the 42. Brock Cartwright made the stop on the special teams. 9-yard return. And the Broncos have good field position. There's the guy that lit up the crowd earlier with a 90-yard punt return for a touchdown. Oakland's got 120 yards on the ground, 100 of that from Darren McFadden. And Denver, a team that was 26th in the league last year in rushing, having trouble rushing the ball again tonight.
Look at all those penalties. Take those total yards, just subtract the yards and penalties, and that's what your real yards are.
Those are the accepted ones.
Exactly.
Kyle Orton fires. Noshan Moreno going to get a first down. Got 11. Noshan as a receiver now. And I guess if you can't do it on the ground, get it in his hands out in some space and let him do his thing.
Well, that's where their matchups are. That's their best matchups to move the ball consistently.
We played 3. We got a quarter left of Monday Night Football. Don't go away. 16-13 Oakland. Now through 3 quarters. We got a ton of penalties to show for it and a bloody nose or 2 along the way. Brad NESSLER, Trent DILFER, and our crew here for the start of the 4th quarter. Raiders lead by 3, but the Broncos have good field position now.
And all that chippiness really takes away from some great football we've seen. The Raiders' defensive front's been dominant all game long. The Broncos have made some great adjustments, found an opportunity to get Marino, Eddie Royal matched up in the slot, option route, isolate the Raiders linebackers who struggle covering. Those could be the storylines. Instead, we're talking about fighting.
Noshan Moreno's got a couple of good receptions here in this half. That's Decker, the motion man. As Orton on first down, looking to throw, got it out, complete to Decker. Trying to hold onto the ball and break the tackle, and he got it inside the 25. So the second big play of the night for the second-year pro.
And this is nice right here by Kyle Orton and Decker. And what I want you to see is the anticipation of the throw. Kyle Orton, 7 steps, lets it go now. The ball is in the air before Decker comes out of it. That is big-time NFL timing. You hear people talk about timing and rhythm in the passing game. That's it right there.
On the play of Broncos shaking up, it's Chris Johnson, the cornerback. He's the guy that brought Decker down. And looks to be okay. He'll go out for at least a play. And you wonder if Kyle Orton wants to go right to work on whoever comes in to take Chris Johnson's place. It's going to be Jerome Boyd. First down at the 24. Fake it one way, wanting to throw back the other, and he lost the ball. And the Raiders have got it. Lamar Houston. The ball just slipped out of Kyle Orton's hands. They had everything coming to the right. He wanted to throw back to the left and turned around, and maybe it's a wet football. Maybe it's just trying to hurry the play, but whatever. The Raiders have got it back.
Oh, Kyle Orton has everything he wants. He's got hard action, sell, throw back to Daniel Phillips, wide open. The ball slips out of his hand.
A huge turnover. The Raiders have got the ball back at their own 35. They fake the end around. Campbell deep middle's got a man across midfield. Complete. Darius Hayward-Bay has got it in Bronco territory. Pickup of 17. Let's go back to the Broncos and that fumble by Kyle Orton.
That's a great play call. Look at Daniel Phillips, 86, starting to work across the formation, wide open, gonna catch a big one. Instead, Kyle Orton just drops the ball as he goes to take it from his belly, regrip it, cock it, just the wetness on the ball. Uncomfortable play action fake, falls out of his hands. Unfortunately, can't have those mistakes from the quarterback.
Denver 3 turnovers, 2 in Oakland territory. That's Darren McFadden on the cutback. McFadden, great speed, and he might be gone. Darren McFadden at the 1. What a run. 47 yards.
What a great run by Darren McFadden. Great job in the lead zone, getting the edge, the cut right there, but then another Bronco on the ground. Andre Goodman just slipping in a position to hold it to about a 15-yard gain. Instead, it becomes a home run shot, or gets the ball down to the 1-inch line. Great run by Darren McFadden, but the Broncos struggling to stay on their feet.
147 yards on the ground for McFadden. And now he'll give way to Michael Bush, the bruiser. First and goal of the 1-yard line.
Snap. Timeout, Denver.
Denver took a timeout right before the snap.
John Fox is getting a full workout tonight, running down the sidelines in the end zone, calling timeouts and goal line situations.
Third straight 100-plus game against the Broncos. Last year he had 165, a career high. If he gets to carry it a few more times tonight, he might break that. Spent time with him yesterday, all of us, and he was so looking forward to this game again tonight. And we asked him, we said, you know, when you've had games like you did twice last year against the Broncos, does it give you that sense of confidence that maybe you can do it again? And he said it does to a degree, but you got to remember it's a new year, it's a new team, it's a different Bronco team, and I just got to go try to do it again. And he has.
He really has. He's a complete back. You see the dynamic running style, the ability to cut back, the breakaway speed, but I love that he sticks his nose in there and blocking, catches the ball, total complete back.
Raiders have about 100 offensive linemen in front of Jason Campbell. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. So what a huge fumble that was, as the Broncos were in Oakland territory. And now, after a big run by McFadden, second effort by the quarterback, and maybe a little push by Michael Bush, and the Raiders are in the end zone. Little help. Little help. So now the lead stretches with the extra point coming up, if successful, to 10 again. Janikowski's extra point is perfect. Oakland now has 13 points off 3 Denver turnovers. And the last one is the most costly so far. Kyle Orton regripping, ready to fire. Didn't work out that way. Houston with a recovery. McFadden for 47 to the 1. Jason Campbell does the rest. And the Raiders lead 23-13. In the fourth quarter. They had 8 total kickoffs tonight and 8 total touchbacks tonight. Make that 9. Darren McFadden, Trent, something special.
Bell cow back. Very few in this league. They can do it all. He's got the great speed. He's got good vision. They build the offense around him. I love that he converts his speed to power so he can finish runs and get you 4 and 5 at the back end of him. And his vision, his ability to make the lateral cut. Sometimes big striders can't make that cut. Darren McFadden can, and he can finish. I can't believe that wasn't called a touchdown. Darren McFadden lighting it up.
Think he likes playing against the Broncos? There's the last 3 games, including that career high night. He might top that before this night is over. Orton in trouble and goes down. This is Tommy Kelly with a shoestring sack. And now, for the first time, we got some Boo Birds out.
This front 4 for the Oakland Raiders, you've been saying all night long, but they have the ability to dominate football games. They're big, they're long, they play hard, they're knock-back players. I mean, when they come off the ball, they knock you back, they eat up your space, and all offenses want to work in space.
Orton in trouble again. Comes back short across the middle. And again, he dropped the ball. Did he get it back? I think so. That could have been a killer right there. They pick up 13. McGay, he signed at the end of July after starting his career in Buffalo and then Baltimore. He's trying to put both hands around the ball, but it's just a good hit by Giordano.
And the ball is slick. Let's not, we got to make a little bit of excuse for these guys. The ball's slick, but it's slick for everybody. And you know that. You keep it closer to your body. You don't just put two hands on the ball. You grip it as if it's your life. So you don't turn it over. The Broncos got to do a better job of holding on to that ball, not letting it hit the grass.
Richard Seymour shaken up on that last play, and he's had a whale of a night. 2 sacks, his 49th and 50th of his career.
Even that play right there, positive play for the Broncos. Kyle Orton manipulates the puck a little bit, gets to McGahee. McGahee gets upfield, but moving Kyle Orton off his spot. Kyle Orton is a quarterback, as is Jason Campbell. They're at their best in rhythm, clean pockets, not having to move their feet too much. It pays dividends, even on completions, to disrupt the quarterback.
Broncos have got to get this third down as we're down to 11 and a half minutes.
55 to life. By 90.
They're 2 scores back. Slant complete, and Lloyd lost the ball. He got it back. I don't know how.
I don't know how he gets that ball, but what a play by Chris Johnson, knocking that out of Brandon Lloyd's hand. Right after we're talking about ball security, Brandon Lloyd runs a great route right here. Look at that hard outside stick, first bump and run, maintains his angle. Kyle Orton puts it on him. He's trying to get it to his body. Chris Johnson knocks it out, and I don't know how Brandon Lloyd
it squirted.
It just
squirted
squirts out right to him. Wow. It's like a hot potato out there, that
exactly.
ball is.
So it's a first down on what could have been another disastrous turnover for Denver. Orton throws again to short man Moreno, and O'Shawn got about 3 out of it. A flag down again.
Well, you got to see what Cameron Wembley, number 96, does here to the rookie.
Holding. Offense.
Orlando
Number 74.
Franklin.
10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
He comes off the ball like a sprinter coming out of the blocks. He must know the snap count, boom. And watch this move right here. See the dip? That's pass rush ability. When you can throw your hips, dip underneath, turn the corner on a rookie tackle that's known for his size and be able to press on you, not necessarily known for his pass protection ability. That's nearly impossible for Orlando Franklin to stop.
So now they're backed up to a 1st and 20 after our 21st penalty of the night.
That's all?
That's all. It just seems like more than that. I think we're going to have another one right now.
22.
Tommy Kelly looked like he was in the neutral zone as the pass is incomplete.
23.
23, good. We got 2 on the same play in different spots.
Hey, I can count at least.
You got it. You got it, brother. But one's going to be 5 and one's going to be bigger than that. If what we expect to be called is called here.
Offside. Defense, number 99. That penalty decline. Pass interference. Defense, number 26. Automatic. First down.
Oh, man. So there was one at the snap or just before and one at the end of the play that's more costly. All the way down to the 41-yard line. There's Kelly in the neutral zone, offside 99. And here comes the second one at the end of this Kyle Orton pass. Intended for Matthew Willis.
And that's set up by the release. Matthew Willis gets the release, makes Stanford route panic. It's the PI call.
By 90.
Orton straight drop. And now hammered again by Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy lost his lid, but he's got another sack. That's the 5th of the night against the Broncos.
Yeah, this play set up by number 90, Desmond Bryant, eaten up. Look at that. Look at that violence there. It allows Shaughnessy to come through on the tight twist, the TE, and just make a devastating hit on Kyle Orton. See that? The tackle comes underneath or goes outside, eats up the blocker. The end swoops underneath and gets a free run on the quarterback. They're just cycling in these defensive linemen, the Oakland Raiders, with high engines, high motors, knocking you back, making plays.
I can see why they were number 2 in the league last season in sacks. Down the middle, incomplete. Branch, the closest man, intended for Julius Thomas. And again, The crowd letting Kyle Orton and the Broncos offense have it again.
Just think how good this Raiders team could be if the bully part of them that Hugh Jackson wants to develop is what we're seeing in this defensive front. It's what we're seeing in the back end come up and tackling for once. It's what we're seeing in the football field, not the other chippy stuff that takes away from how good this team can be.
See what the Broncos have on 3rd and 19. Orton trying to tuck one in there. 2 Raiders collide around Decker. Pretty big collision. And it's incomplete. Oh, the fans are chanting Tebow.
And this is a hard place to play quarterback from. Kyle Orton's a veteran guy. He has to understand it's not going my way right now. There's still plenty of time in the game. We're only down 10 points. I don't have to take undue risk. I don't have to try to fit the ball in tight spots. At some point, my defense, my special teams has to make a play for me. We found some rhythm early on offense in the second half. We can get that rhythm back. We just don't turn the ball over. We got a chance to score some points. It's hard now. I've been there. I've played so bad. It's gone bad. And you start pressing. But as you get older, you get wiser, you realize this is a lot of time on the clock. A lot of crazy things can happen, get you back in this ball game.
Britton Colquitt has had 1 punt blocked tonight. To let this one go. If it'll make the end zone, it does. So the Raiders will have it at the 20 with a 10-point lead. Time running out on the Broncos, who have won 11 straight home openers. This one is in serious jeopardy. Both of those streaks are going to be broken if things don't change right now. Raiders by 10. McFadden. He's already got a big night. Nice open field stop by the outside linebacker Woodyard.
Great play by Woodyard making that open field tackle on Terry McFadden. That's not an easy task. But I like what the Broncos came out and did. They came out and brought Dawkins down on the other side in a safety blitz. That allows Woodyard not to have to flow as strong to the fake side and allow him to stay home for the backside pitch.
On 2nd and 9, Campbell loads and fires deep. Overshot everybody. Darius Hayward-Bay, the intended receiver.
Tried to isolate a double move for Darius Hayward-Bay. I don't know if that's within his skill set. Darius Hayward-Bay is a one-speed guy, not a start-stop guy. So you usually want your double moves by a guy that can get in and out, restart a little bit faster. I do question having Darius Hayward-Bay be the receiver running that route. He's better just reaching top-end speed, catching the deep one, or coming out of it.
The fans now that haven't been booing the offense are trying to help the defense. 3rd down and 9. Inside handoff, and the Raiders will have to give it back up as McFadden got about 3 more. Kyle Orton, this is not the way he wanted the season to start after I don't know if you want to call it quarterback controversy in the preseason, but they thought a lot of fans that there would be a battle, whether Tim Tebow, who started the last 3 games last year, but it was squarely Kyle Orton's preseason by far, and then the question became, is Brady Quinn number 2 or is Tim Tebow number 2? Well, what Kyle didn't need was fans starting to chant Tim Tebow's name on week 1.
No doubt, and all that does is create added pressure on Kyle Orton. When it played itself out, and everybody knows that Kyle Orton is the right quarterback for this team.
Leckler, holy smokes, what a punt. All the way down, it bounced at the 2 and into the end zone. That is a 77-yard punt by Shane Leckler. We got a 63-yard field goal from the kicker. We got a 77-yard career-long punt by the punter. Pretty special, the special teams. Time running out on the Broncos on their home field, trailing by 10. And only 7:39 remaining in a football game. Kyle Orton, rough nights, especially that fumble when they had a guy open that might have ended up being a touchdown.
That was a 14-point swing, that fumble was.
Yeah, it was. There's the numbers, under 50%, 233 yards and 1 pick. Time is of the essence now for the Denver offense. Down the middle, in and out of the hands of Willis. And a penalty marker.
The Broncos got to get something going on offense this drive. The problem is the Raiders D has something to say about it. I talked about this defensive front being knockback players. They're a knockback group. They push you back. They eat up your space. They make everything you do hard. Any quarterback will tell you, take away my space, you take away my game. That's what the Oakland Raiders defensive front does. The sky is the limit for this group because it's not just 4 deep, it's about 7 deep, and they all play hard.
5-yard penalty on the Raiders makes it 1st and 5 at the 25. Broncos will take them however they can get them. Yardage, that is. Here they got maybe 5 more by the tight end, Daniel Fells. He's been the favorite target of Orton tonight. And I don't need to say it. I'll let Mr. Boger say it.
Offense, number 73. 10-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
I will say this, Ness. There should be a stat, a credit for defensive linemen that draw holding penalties. We talk about sacks. We talk about hits on the quarterback. We don't talk enough about defensive linemen working so hard, playing so hard, like Lamar Houston right there, always trying to eat the quarterback, that they get these holding calls and putting the offense in negative field position situations.
They try a quick opening draw here to Moreno. Got it out to the 24. Branch making the stop, pick up a 9, and Moreno limps off. And there you see the frustration and pain for Noshawn Moreno. Meanwhile, McGahee will take his spot in the backfield. 2nd and 6. Orton fires, broken up by Johnson on a pass intended for Matthew Willis again.
And I don't think Matthew Willis matched up on Chris Johnson is the Broncos' answer right now. Chris Johnson runs that route for Matthew Willis in a position really to make the play on the ball. Kyle Orton's kind of forced to throw it. It's a concept, flat hook concept. That's where his read takes him. It's a receiver's job to work open, create some separation, come back and make the play.
Down to 6:46 to go, and a 3rd and 6 for Kyle Orton in Denver.
There's not enough urgency in this offense.
No.
There's no energy in it. They're walking around. They got to get it going.
Across the middle, McGahee's got the 1st down. Diving out to the 34. Now let's see if they do hustle here. Going to be down to 6.5 minutes here in a couple of seconds.
And just going no huddle doesn't mean it's high tempo. What high tempo is a sense of urgency. Nice job here by Kyle Orton, being patient, getting to his check down. McGahee doing the rest. But people think going no huddles and increasing the tempo, there still has to be an urgency, and I need to see that from the Broncos right now.
90.
Blitz. And Orton fires all the way to the sideline.
This is where the fans don't understand. This is always frustrating for any offense. The fan base doesn't understand that's actually a good play by Kyle Orton. You got to dirt it. They have a protection issue. They can't pick it up. Kyle Orton recognizes it. He knows right now, 28's coming off the slot. I got to get rid of this ball, lift for 2nd down. That's actually a very smart play by a veteran quarterback. A lot of young guys try to make a play there. That's where the catastrophic errors come.
2nd down and 10. Orton going to flare it out too far in front of McGahee. Now the Bluebirds start again with another chorus for the Bronco offense. You know, there are other quarterbacks in the building. We showed John Elway. We got Brian Greasy in the radio booth down there, Dan Fouts in the radio booth down there, Tom Flores and Jim Plunkett in the radio booth over here, and then you're standing next to me.
I know who you pick in an all-time quarterback right there. Let Foutsy and Elway have it. The rest of us can go run routes.
That's all just on our level, folks. Here's Orton. And he strikes this one down with a 1st down to Eddie Royal. Pickup of 17, and now We're under 6 minutes.
I love it. Nice little route combination. You know what impresses me the most, though? They're chanting Tebow's name. People throw around mental toughness like they know what it is. Mental toughness is sitting back there on 3rd and 10 when the stadium's chanting your backup's name and making that play.
Yeah, good point. Throws the out this time to Decker, and Decker's got another first down and about 15 more. The guy that's got the only Bronco touchdown, number 87, on a punt return. That's his second big catch of the night. And now we're down to 5 minutes. Broncos, remember, 2 timeouts remaining, but they need 2 scores. Thinking about a safety blitz, the Raiders again, and they bring it. The throw is complete to Willis to the 30. Chris Johnson will stop him there.
Nice job by the Broncos offensive line picking up the blitz. Giordano coming down in the box right there. Willis McGahee, he's sticking his nose in there, picking it up. And then Willis, seeing that it's a blitz, side adjusting it, turning whatever his route was called into a slant. Nice coordination.
Orton to Decker again. Down to the 15.
Those 2 corner routes are big-time throws by Kyle Orton. The only way he can erase his 2 mistakes tonight, the interception and the fumble, are dealing the rest of the game. And right now, he's got a little I don't care in him. And he's just chucking that thing around, making big-time throws. But he's got to finish off this drive.
They're at the 15-yard line, trailing by 10. And we're under 4.5 to go. Willis and Decker both to the left side. The tight end Fells to the right. Flags are down. The throws to Fells. It's incomplete. But again, a penalty marker on the play.
Offside. Defense, number 91, lining up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Another Raider penalty.
Are we at 30 yet, Ness?
We're getting close.
It's a race to 30.
They got 15, the Raiders.
They've done their part.
So they move it to the 10-yard line. The rain intensifies again. Not going to help the receivers, but at least they know where they're going. Maybe it won't help the defensive backs. The Bronco fans are hoping for.
Yeah, Eddie Royal has a real advantage in these conditions inside the slot.
Orton pressured, goes across the middle, incomplete. Ten points down. You're trying to drive to get a touchdown to make it a 1-score game, and then the rain and the skies open up on your home field on you.
And I know why they're huddling. A lot of people are going to ask, well, you got down the field in the no huddle. Why do you huddle now? Because you have red zone plays. They're different calls than your no huddle offense. You got to be able to get to them, and typically teams are built to call those plays out of the huddle.
Orton throws across the middle, low to McGahee, but he made a shoestring catch, and he's brought down after only a yard gain. Boyd, the safety, made the stop.
Jerome Boyd's had a nice night for the Oakland Raiders. Not a guy you read a lot about coming in the game. Doesn't show up a ton on film. But all night long, he's been around the ball. He's been good in coverage. He's been good in his zones. Really done a nice job securing the tackle when he's been asked to.
So now it's 3rd down and 4. Orton fires across the middle. Got it to his man. Touchdown. Lance Ball. Ball, about the only way he's gotten his name into the record book tonight was for a penalty earlier in the game. Now he's got something to smile about with a hurdle at the 2 and dives to the end zone for the touchdown. All important extra points, and it's good. Far from over now here in Denver. Now they're cheering.
This is Coward keeping the offense on schedule. Nice concept. Finds his back, ball underneath. Ball does a nice job finishing off the play. But this is what you got to love about Coward. Standing in there with the hand in his face, knowing he's going to get hit. Richard Seymour playing through the whistle. Legal hit. But Coward delivering a nice ball underneath. The correct read. Let this guy score and taking a hit in the process.
And then a nice hurdle job here. Leapfrog by Decker. Decker had 2 big catches in that drive to get him down close, by the way. So the Raiders, who have lost 8 straight season openers. The Broncos, who have won 11 straight home openers. And who's going to give in first? 80 yards and 12 plays. Kyle Orton pretty darn good on that drive.
I've learned a lot about quarterbacking working with our colleague Steve Young. And he went through some really hard times in San Francisco. And he always talks about you got to embrace those moments where you can define your career. When nobody thinks you can do it, you got to look around and say, now is my time. 10 points down. This whole place is chanting for Tim Tebow. Kyle Orton makes big throws to get him down the field. Now, if he gets the ball back, he's just got to be praying. Let me have the ball. Let me prove people wrong. Let me define this year right now.
The Raiders are thinking that the Broncos might kick onside here. I doubt it, but they've got everybody up close. Raider will kick it a mile out of the back of the end zone. So Oakland takes over, but their lead has been cut to 3.
We hear so much about running the football, and I'm convinced we're pretty much a highlight-educated football audience and a stat sheet educated football audience. People look at the stat sheet and they say, wow, they ran for 150 yards, they ran the ball well. I can promise you this, if the Raiders can't run the ball in a 4-minute drill right here, 4-minute drill to run out the clock, then it wasn't a successful night running the football.
They've rushed for 171 yards so far. Michael Bush is running for more.
Now that's physical running, downhill, offensive linemen recognizing we're in must-run situations. It's on us. We got to get a crease, a seam, an alley for our runner. Bush, nice patience, lowers his pads, keeps his knees moving, gets the big first down. That's what 4-minute offense needs to look like. The great running teams can run out the clock right now.
And the Raiders are going to take all the time they can, either in the huddle or at the line of scrimmage, because Denver has got 2 timeouts remaining and the 2-minute warning. But if they can keep moving it on the ground, they'll force the Broncos' hand to use those timeouts. This will only be a yard gain for Michael Bush. But again, the clock is a serious factor in the ball game. John Fox trying to win his first game as head coach of the Broncos, and on the other side, the guy with a headset and the play sheet, Hugh Jackson, trying to win his first game as the head coach of the Raiders. We wondered about Hugh Jackson, how he got to be the bottom there, the Raiders head coach. Redskins, both as running back and offensive coordinator. The Bengals, offensive coordinator of the Falcons. And then the Ravens, the Raiders offensive coordinator at Top Cable. And then when Cable's contract wasn't renewed, becomes the head coach. And as we said, the 9th head coach in the last 17 years for the Silver and Black.
Good time out there by John Fox. Now the Raiders going to have to run another play after this one before the 2-minute warning. If the Broncos can get a stop, they're going to have a lot of time on the clock.
340.
Play action. Campbell to fire and another first down. Going down to make the grab is Hayward Bay.
Hugh Jackson told us, he said, Trent, you're going to see an offense like you haven't seen from the Raiders, and he's not lying. Aggressive play calling. Everybody in the building thinks you're going to hand it to your eye back. You run the little 9-stop. Darius Hayward Bay comes off the ball. And this is what he does. Create some fear, create some cushion. Nice timing, nice location by Jason Campbell. Great play call by Hugh Jackson. Great execution. Could have won him the game. That play call right there and that execution.
First down, 2:20 remaining. Bush stays in the middle of the pile. Keeps his arms wrapped around the football, and now it'll go down 2:05. And Denver takes its final timeout. So the 2-minute warning will stop it after the next snap, and that'll be the last chance they get to stop it.
And I like that Michael Bush is in the game for the Oakland Raiders. He's a guy that touched the ball 176 times, didn't fumble, doesn't lose yards, lowers his pads. He's not going to get you a whole lot of yards more than you block the play for, but he's going to get you the amount of yards you block the play for. He's going to have ball security, and he understands at contact to keep moving and fall forward.
Difference in the game right now is a field goal, 23-20. And on the first Monday night game tonight, 517 passing yards for Tom Brady, and on the Raiders' 63rd appearance on Monday Night Football, a 63-yard NFL tying record by Janikowski is the difference in this second game. Bush, that might wrap things up. He takes it to the 2-minute warning, but he takes it for 12 more yards into Bronco territory. Boy, a bunch of McFadden, and then you bring in Michael Bush, the hammer, at 2:45.
And the common denominator is those bigs getting off the ball, getting some movement. You got to love it from the Oakland Raiders, getting movement, creating a seam in an alley for Michael Bush.
Tonight, 3-point game with 2 minutes remaining in the ball game, and the Broncos on their home field out of timeouts. So if the Raiders can do what they've been able to do all night, and that is run the football, they can run right back home with a 1-0 record. And another win over Denver would be their 4th straight. Ooh. That's a tough way to not take a knee for Jason Campbell. Got run over by Jason Hunter.
And that's a good play by Jason Hunter. He sees that Jason Campbell hasn't taken a knee. You got to play through the whistle. I know what Jason Campbell's trying to do. He'd up just a little more time off the clock before he takes that knee, but he might want to be a little more careful how he takes his knee, Ness.
They won't have to snap this till there's about right around 1:16 maybe remaining. The Raiders appear to be on their way of snapping their long losing streak in season openers. Don't tell me we're going to get any more penalties in the last minute, please. Had enough of those to last a lifetime. Boy, it's got to be a good feeling. First year as a head coach. Been working in the business both at the college and the NFL level for 24 years, and now you're 45 years old and you're a rookie coach, and you're on the road in a hostile environment against a team that you've been playing for the 101st time in the rain. All the penalties, all the things that kind of went against him. And yet, it's going to be enough, apparently.
Hugh Jackson said he wanted it rough. He said he wanted it hostile, this environment. He wanted that bully mentality by his team. So many things to like about this football team. Oakland Raiders. Hugh Jackson's done a great job. They do have to fix the discipline issue.
They're going to win 23-20. And I'm sure he'll get, well, he got the bath. I didn't even see it. He got the bath, and I'm sure he'll get the game ball as well. A big smile for Hugh Jackson. So much like they did a year ago, the Raiders handling a division foe. After going 6-0 last year against the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Broncos, they start the 2011 campaign in the same fashion. The Raiders win it 23-20.